All right, take two. I just went live a second ago and broadcast one of my monitors, which I had set up yesterday for an Empire Divided with you guys. And I was really nervous about doing it yesterday because I was like, oh, if I'm not careful with this, with like this full display capture, it will end up broadcasting something I'd really rather not. Oh, hold on. We're also lagging a little bit. Let me cancel this YouTube or pause this YouTube upload. And I got through it yesterday. I was like, oh, that's fine. But I forgot to mess with the settings again here today. So I accidentally just flashed some stuff up. It's actually more about someone else than me. So I'd really rather we don't talk about it too much. But yeah, anyway, hello everybody. Welcome. I hope you've all had a nice 24 hours. We're obviously getting back to some Guild Wars 1 good stuff and action and fun times. We're going to be doing some more Cantha. I'm not really sure I've got too much preamble to do before today's stream. I just need to load the game up, turn it on. I'm obviously going to get myself some coffee as well, and we'll start the intro. And yeah, we'll see how many people show up for the second episode. We had quite a few on yesterday's stream. I never really had much of a chance to look because I was mostly just playing the game. There we go. There's the audio coming through now. But yeah, it was pretty good, to be honest. Looking back on the VOD, lots of people around. I'm glad people were excited about Guild Wars 1. And yeah, we'll just see how much people progress. We're level 3. Hopefully a few of you yesterday were inspired to then get your own characters and maybe come and do some playthroughs with us. We're currently only at 4-man parties, but quite rapidly in factions we will progress on to getting 6-man and then 8-man. I mean, pretty sure the Harbour is 6-man, and then you get to 8-man by Zendaijan. So honestly, it's really, really soon that we'll be able to play with quite a lot of you and do more fun things. As always, I will favour the low-leveled new Canthan people with us on our adventure. Will we see returning faces from yesterday? Who knows? So yeah, there should be some other stuff going on as well on YouTube pretty soon. I have a remastered version of yesterday's LP. Or the day before, actually. And I have a new episode coming out very quick. It's a super long one as well, today's. It's well over an hour. I try not to go over an hour, but it's kind of a special episode because we get to go back to Blaze Ridge Steps. Let me just say that. And Blaze Ridge Steps is kind of the birth of Guild Wars 2 for me in a lot of ways. So we're doing some fun stuff. It should be cool. But yeah. Oh yeah, we were at 700 for a good period, which is good for a Guild Wars 1 stream. It's a very, very good number for a Guild Wars 1 stream. When we did Nightfall, I can't remember. Here's the thing. I don't remember if Nightfall started over 1,000 or not. And then Nightfall ended up dropping to very low afterwards. So I don't know. I'm not obsessed with that stuff anyway. This is just a chill out of the weekend and we can have some fun. So yeah, there will be some Steel... Well, actually, in this hour-long video, Steel Eye Span is not there, but we're prepared for it. We're very close to it. You'll see. You'll see. I'm pretty proud of this one. It's an hour and 15, and there's no short story in it either. Every episode has had a short story since we started the Sylvari. Every single one, except this one. This is the first one that hasn't. And the only reason it doesn't is that it's already so long that I can't make it any meatier. But you guys will see. Anyway, we're here for Guild Wars 1. I'm going to start the intro so that we can get into the game nice and quickly. Tell all your friends that we're live. I'll go throw a tweet and Discord. Go get your coffee. We'll be back very soon, guys. Let's do it. All right, we're back. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope we're doing good. Just throw out some tweets. And yeah, well, I just remembered we've got the secondary profession to choose from. So that's coming up very, very soon. Should be pretty exciting. Yeah, how's everyone doing? It's good to see you, Dog, who cleverly figured out that means we're going ogre as racial sympathy over on the char in the Let's Play. So well done. That's true. That's why we're going to Blaze Ridge. WP made so much advertisement for Elementalist last stream that will probably be the winner. No, listen. I'm excited about Ellie. I'm excited about... Well, hold on. Let's turn on... Oh, hold on. Let me log in. I forgot to do that while I was getting the goddamn coffee. I'm so excited to play. I got coffee and then immediately just ran back and got in. Did you guys even get to listen to a single song? Hold on. Let me find this. Here and then there and then here. See, I mean, Christ. Oh, anyway, I won't go into that again. All right, here we go. Check it out. So if we go gameplay, please be working, please. Thank you. Just for argument's sake here, this is the character we made, Ritualist. To return, let's go prophecies. Say, I'm not very interested in assassins, so we know that. But of the other core ones for a secondary. Yes, I'm excited about Ellie because of the updates, but you might have to be Ellie primary to really get the most out of that fun stuff. Maybe you might, to like nuke and blow things up. I'm still very excited about Necromancer, and a Ritualist Necromancer was a pretty fun combo from back in the day. We could have a mix of spirits and minions at the same time, and we could use, yes, all the Ritualist stuff, but we could still get the Flesh Golem in Kaineng, and we could still look for Guile's Staff in Kaineng, and we could still like mix and match. When you look at that AI... It was never really a thing in Guild Wars, a good build to mix spirits and minions, as far as I know. So the idea of doing that just for funsies and then having the minion window open that shows both spirits and minions at the same time, that might be really fun, you know? I don't know, that could be cool. They're both fully viable and open. I really don't think Warrior would be worth anything as a secondary for us. Sorry, let me put the game's audio on for you all. I mean, Ranger would be fun just in as much as you'd get a pet. And you can slap a pet on anything, and you can kind of, you know, just for the flavor, have fun with that. I've done that enough times that it's not particularly thrilling to me. There you go. Monk might be interesting to double up, and we could heal a lot. We'd be very versatile if we picked Monk secondary, because we would just have access to so many attributes that can support or pressure. So we really could be in a situation where it's like, all right, for this mission... let's play a damage role. For this mission, let's play a protection role. For this mission, let's play a healing role. We really could do that through mixing weapon skills, urns, and monk stuff. We could also do stuff like play a smiting ritualist who uses Strength of Honor as an upkeep, and on top of that puts Splinter Weapon and Brutal Weapon and stuff like that on our melee allies. So if you guys play with me again and I get more assassins with me, as a smiting ritualist combo, we could be a hell of like a flat damage buffer, which also would be pretty fun. I suppose the other combo thematically with Ranger, by the way, the other mix with Ritualist is you would have Ritualist binding rituals, Ritualist spirits, but also you could combine those with nature rituals, the Ranger spirits. So you'd have binding rituals and nature ones, and you could kind of... flavor-wise do a bit of that. I've always loved the concept of nature rituals in this game. They are honestly fantastic. So yeah, we could kind of do a bit like what the monk combo would do, the smiting, you know, buffer. You could do stuff like that. We could proc Edge of Extinction, and we could proc Famine, and well, I don't know, some of these will be Nightfall skills actually, but we could proc I don't know, Conflagration and Winter and things, and then maybe do stuff. I don't know, they're all going to be fun. The only ones I'm not excited about are Assassin and Mesmer. They're the only two secondaries. I really don't have anything that I can think of that would truly be that interested about them. It's just factions Mesmers don't particularly tickle my fancy. Again, if you want to troll me when the poll comes, we can definitely, you can vote for it, and we'll see how far that goes. But, you know, they're all pretty high. I mean, this is the magic, right? At Guild Wars 1, that's the thing. Hi, Flagusti. Someone got banned. I remember you because you got banned. Who got banned? Hey, Reg. It's good to see you. What about assassin? As I've said many times already, I'm just not excited about it. An assassin, a ritualist assassin. There is no poll yet, Fushi. We've just started the stream. Literally, we've just sat down. I was just talking. It just came up in chat, so I was just talking loosely about it, basically. Yeah, Dervish, but that's Nightfall. You're about a year and a half too late for Dervish because we literally did a version of this stream before Path of Fire came out. So yeah, here we go. We're back. Ah, it feels good. Now, dyes are another thing. But I don't have... Oh, do you guys hear that? That audio? I don't have any dyes, so maybe we should have at the launch. Here's the Okay, let me just be very clear about one thing about me. I don't and never have accepted personal donations for content I make. However, during the Nightfall stream, I did accept a couple. And on this stream, I will as well. And the reason why I say I will as well is because... this is just a random burner account I'm never going to play outside of these streams. So if people want to give stuff so that we can get access to new skills and new gear sets and dyes, I'm happy with it. The only kind of things I won't accept are consets and consumables and shit that would break the game. Like, mostly I'm talking if people help us get our next armor set. Each time we find a new armor set, if we could buy it straight away, that would be sexy as all hell. So I will do that for this account because it really has no bearing on my integrity as a Guild Wars 1 cover. It's not even my main account is fucking loaded anyway, and I would do that, but we're on a second one anyway. So I mean, that then raises the question, why do it on a second account? But I think there's some fun stuff we get out of unlocking things as we go and whatnot. Anyway, so we'll see if people do have dyes. Basically, we are now over 24 hours old, so we can trade. Oh no, we're not over 24 hours. Oh, people can't. That's interesting. Anyway. So, looking at our inventory, we've got some manted pierces, some chitin. That's a crafting mat we could put away. Bone staff, the fan, the starter thing, and we've even got a sword. In Guild Wars 1, everyone can equip every weapon. It's just we won't be very proficient in it. However, if we take warrior secondary, we'll be good with this sword. Sorry that the UI is really small. I don't really think I can make it much bigger. Interface. No, it's not there. Chat filter level, yeah, let's turn that off. We could also, by the way, Guild Wars 2 only has a few languages. Guild Wars 1's got a load. This is spoken languages. We could play it in Spanish if we want, or Italian, or perhaps more appropriately Korean. I mean, that'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? But I'd have to relaunch the client and we'd have to download a ton of stuff, so probably won't bother with that, actually. Whispers from friends, trades. No, I think that's all fine. Oh, I don't want concise descriptions. I want the full-on, flavorful, lore-based ones. Let's turn that off. I can't believe that starts toggled on. Always show nearby enemies. Oh, no, I never set up all my binds and stuff. All right, hold on. Just before we start, I have to do this. Hold on, guys. Right, attack and interact as space. That's fine. Cancel action is not escape for me. It's left shift. Oh, that's suppress action. I think they're both the same, maybe? I'm going to go shift. I think that's the thing. Now, clear party commands is Q. Command hero 1 is 2. Is 3. We're not even going to use heroes, but in the event we are, is 4. Commanding the whole party is skill 1. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, allows me to flag stuff, basically. And Q cancels the flags. Drop a button, drop something, V, because that's what I use in Guild Wars 2. Actually, no. I could use E for that. I have a different bind for E, I think. Maybe that should be left shift. What's drop item? Mind you, I can use the UI for that. Let's not do anything there. Let me cancel out because I don't quite know how. This is why I need to take a moment, guys. We're not going to set up binds for heroes. That's fine. We don't need a bind for following. So we can skip this entire chunk. Now, skill 1. Num 1. Num 2. Now, you'll notice something that... do you want to know a little feature? Everybody who wants Guild Wars 1... all the Guild Wars 2 haters watching this, if you want more ammo, more things that the devs had in the original game that the sequel doesn't. Can you see my skill bar down here? Can you see how the skill 3 on my skill bar does not have a numeric displayed next to it? If you look at Painful Bond, it says 1. If you look at Pain, it says 2. Now, if I bind activation of skill 3 to... Come on, find something that's not... Wow, everything's bound? Every single one? That's insane. Well, listen, when I bind that to 3... in Guild Wars 2, when I bind it to num 3, you'll see the 3 pops up. Oh, no, that's skill 2. My bad. Whoops. Rip. When I do this, you'll see the 3 pops up there. Guild Wars 2 isn't smart enough to do that. Guild Wars 1 recognized numpad skill binds by putting the user interface down there and updating it. Guild Wars 2 doesn't. So there's a funny situation, basically, where I constantly get people saying, hey, WP, what are your skill binds? In the sequel, everyone always asks me, what are your binds? And I always respond, well, I use an MMO mouse, which means it's all on my numpad, but the game doesn't recognize numpads. I always have to say that for Guild Wars 2. The original game, they knew it. It works. It just works straight away. And I don't know... And they do know the numpad and pure the numpad, just to demonstrate. If I unbind that, it says 7 on skill 7. I remove the bind, it says nothing. And if I put A there, it would have an A under it or whatever, right? Now I go num 7, or I go add on... Oh, well, now we're beyond the numpad. I'll just demonstrate it, okay? If I press num 7, the 7 appears down there. I'm going to put it on num plus, because that just so happens to be what my Logitech is set up at. And I'm actually going to double bind this last one, because I don't know for the res-sick. Because I'm used to the last one on the right being the elite skill, which is technically 10 in Guild Wars 2 and not 8, so I'm just going to move that a little bit. Free cam we're not going to use. Reverse cam is Z, that's fine. Zoom in and zoom out we're not going to use. Open chat we're going to have as... Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, open chat, that's fine. Reply is backspace. Command is slash. Toggle chat is going to be right control. Or it used to be right control for me. How did I set that up? Huh. I guess we'll just click. We'll do that mouse driven. F keys for weapon sets. Cycle equipment we don't need to use. Keys for opening those we don't need to use, but they are useful binds nonetheless. Toggling bags. Okay, auto run is R, that's good. Move backward is down arrow and S. Up arrow and W. Reverse direction is not X for me. It is right alt, which is currently on show others, but we'll fix that in a second. That's what I have on E. Strafe left is A instead of turn left. Strafe right is D instead of turn right. We don't have either of those bound. Well, we can keep them bound to the arrow keys. Close all panels I don't need. I suppose that could be escape though. There you go. Customize layout we don't need. Open friends. This should be N, G, F10. Hero panel is H. We don't need to command any of these. Minion list is Y. We'll be using that a lot as a ritualist. We don't need any of those panels, so that's all fine. That should all be defaults. Alright, targeting allies. Now, I kind of want to do these. Targeting's important. So, clear target. Targeting foe nearest is C. I'm going to be doing a lot of that. Targeting foe next is tab. That's also fine. Now, previous target might be kind of nice to use. Can I modify bind? No, I don't think I can. Items I don't need, but party member. Cycle party member. I do want this. So let's bind that to the tilde on the very top left. Okay, that's good. And party member previous might be really good as well, you know. No, screw it. We won't do that. Priority self. Priority target should be T. Target and self is unnecessary. Show others and show targets. So we do show targets as E. And show others as control. Okay, so now when I press E, we get that. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. I'm sorry that we just had to sit there. I was going to do that off screen, and I was going to change the UI and everything. Well, oh well. Okay, and now that, which is clear target in Guild Wars 1. No, in Guild Wars 2. Hold on. Targeting. Clear target. Sorry, I can't do that. Party member next won't work like that. Let's remove that. No, I need that. Reverse direction. I'll tell you what we could do is targeting party member as next. I'll just put on the mouse again, I guess. So next party member, previous party member, and then that's up and down. Okay, that's good. Alright, I mean, a lot of the binds I've got set up are for heroes and parties and stuff and flagging, which, frankly, I'm not going to be using on this series if we're pure co-op. But you never know. You never know. We might have a stream one day where no one wants to play, and we'll do that. All right. Oh god, I'm spilling stuff all over me. Graphic. Wow. When was this thing released? The game. This is a 2006 release. Nightfall was 07, Eye of the North 08, and then the hiatus till 12 for Guild Wars 2's launch. But this had some recent updates, funnily enough. 12 years after it first came out. Right. Secondary profession already? Are we doing it? So who do I pick to play with me? I'm only level 3, so I'm going to pick up this guy who's level 3. Oh, who's now the party leader. Hopefully he makes us party leader, and then we can move forwards. I'm going to pick as the Lobies. It's cool to see so many Lobies wanting to play. And yeah, guys, soon we'll get to 6-man party stuff, so don't you worry too much. In the meantime, what would we like to look at? I don't have anything particularly on my mind, but there might be some small quests we can do. For example, this one here, Name the Tanner, Captain Xinghu. We're not going to be doing every single one, but we will do a few. So let's see. I would love to give you a belt pouch. They cost me practically nothing, you know, and I hate to see young heroes suffer from lack of storage space. But unfortunately, I've run out of materials with which to make them. If you were to go to Kaitan Village on Pangyang Peninsula and speak to Herder Chiringyu, she could provide you with treated hides. Carry those back here and I'll make you a belt pouch. Fair enough. Okay, so good. A belt pouch. I'm happy with that. I don't need a belt pouch that badly. I have my dignity. Did you guys read that? That was the decline dialogue. Very strange. Okay, just before we do that, Chris, though, I want to remind everyone in chat, and I'll set up the poll now, of our primary quest. Our primary quest is asking us, ooh, quite scarily, because I left the area, it's not showing me, is asking us to get a second profession. And that's the big decision we've got. I have stated that I will be honoring that and not changing it throughout the series. Eventually, we might pick a landmark moment to change it, but I'm planning on sticking with that for now, okay? So, you guys in chat, you chose me to play Ritualist, and you can choose what my secondary will be as well. Will it be an assassin, a warrior, a monk, a necromancer, an elementalist, a ranger, or a mesmer? Now, let me set up the straw poll and quickly describe to you what we're choosing here. So, we are already a ritualist, so we will not pick that. But we will run through this nice and quick here. We did a big one of these yesterday, so I'm not going to spend ages faffing about describing this to all of you. But I will give you a description through the lens of the fact this is a secondary, which we were talking about maybe a quarter of an hour ago, okay? So, Ritualist we can't pick because we're a Ritualist primary. Assassin is the other factions-oriented one. The description being a swift, silent master of shadows, daggers, and death. The assassin can chain together increasingly deadly strikes that target a foe's critical area, killing quickly and efficiently. I've seen and played a lot of Assassin before. It is a factions thing, so you might want to vote for Assassin. But in terms of synergies between Rit and Assassin, I'm not really sure what excites me about it. I'm not going to be doing any shadow form farming. I'm not going to be... I don't really think I want to use daggers and stuff. I mean, we can if we really want to. The quests for Assassin are pretty interesting, but that might only be primary. I don't remember. It's to do with the Tengu, but we'll be getting plenty of Tengu anyway. This is pretty low on my list, honestly. Next, Elementalist. This is one of the core ones. I'm pretty excited about Ellie. Had a lot of updates in the later years, so it'd be kind of interesting to look at. There's lots of awesome factions-oriented elementalist abilities, like Starburst and Double Dragon that I always think of. Generally, is a pretty amazing nuke for this kind of gameplay and what these streams will be consisting of. Is still beaten by other classes like Mesmer and Assassin Spam and Death Blossom and stuff at endgame, but we're not taking this to endgame. It's not about that, really. For normal mode and low-level gameplay, where stuff has lots of low armor, I think Ellie could be quite interesting. I was more excited about it as a primary prospect, though, than a secondary. Synergies between Rit and Ellie, I don't really see that many, and I'm not that sad if we don't pick it, honestly, because I don't really see the synergies. Next is Mesmer. I mained Mesmer way back when. It would be overpowered if we went to endgame, but we're not going to. Factions Mesmer skills aren't very exciting to me. This is probably the very bottom of the list for me. It's probably, this is at the bottom of the list, and then Assassin is slightly above it. I'm really not that excited about Mesmer, Ritualist Mesmer. I mean, Now we get an interesting one, though. Necro, I am fairly excited about as a secondary. As a ritualist, we commune with the dead to some capacity. Necromancers are also all about that. While ritualists summon spirits, necromancers create limitless armies of... well, not truly limitless, but heavy amounts of minions that charge around through death magic. And it would be really interesting to do some kind of combo throughout this story where we're, like, using spirits and minions together. And that would be quite a fun idea, I think. So, I also have a lot of strong memories of really cool Necro skills, like the Flesh Golem comes from this campaign. Some of the gear is very awesome Necro gear. So that's quite high on my list. Necro, voting on that. That would be kind of cool. Next is Monk. The servant of divine spirits, the monk uses prayer to protect, preserve, and restore the well-being of companions. I make the case that as a monk secondary for this stream series, we'd have a lot of versatility to us. We could play some streams where we're really aggressive and we're all about doing damage with our spirits and spawning power. We could do some other streams where we say, all right, no, let's be a support this time. We can heal people, both through the monk's capacity to heal, but also the ritualist's restoration attribute, and we can do that kind of stuff. There's also the fun idea we could be a damage buffer where we combine smiting aspects like Judge's Insight and Strength of Honor from the monk with weapon skills from the ritualist. So we can give people Strength of Honor and Brutal Weapon, or Strength of Honor and Splinter Weapon, and we can like combo those together to be like godly buffing, and I like those playstyles. So that's kind of interesting in that we would just be able to tweak playstyles a lot if we went monk secondary. Ranger secondary has an interesting synergy. First, we would be able to pick up a pet, and we'd be able to talk about that as we go through our adventure. But also, while ritualists get binding rituals, rangers get nature rituals, which is another form of spirit, and it would be kind of just interesting. Probably not as fun and synergistic as some of the other things, but maybe interesting to wombo combo and do the both kinds of spirits in one package. And then lastly, Warrior. I'm very unexcited about Warrior 2. This is very low on the list. I just don't see any really exciting synergies. And we played a Warrior Paragon in the previous stream as well, didn't we? I mean, we could... For a very long time, we'll be very capable of playing with swords and maces and hammers and stuff, but I just don't really see the point, to be honest. What's a ritualist warrior combo? Unless people have some further inspiration in chat. So, listen, this is going to be a straw poll. Take this time now. You're going to have a couple of minutes to type to one another and explain other combos that I wouldn't potatoes haven't explained, or why a various thing excites you, and maybe you can turn the poll in your favor a little bit more, okay? So you can think about that. I'm going to give you the poll in just a second now. Maybe I've missed an exciting thing about Warrior that you want people to know to vote for it, for example. But there you have it. Are we going to be a Warrior, Ranger, Monk, Necro, Mesmer, Ellie, Assassin, or Assassin secondary? These are our choices. I'm going to go back in game now. The straw poll will appear, just giving you guys a second or two to really figure out what you want to pick. And then, while the poll goes along, we're going to do this bag slot quest. So, I will give it fair time for the results to come in. Okay? The poll is dropping now. Okay. Yeah, you guys can send me a party invite. I guess we got kicked out of the party because I went to character select. In Guild Wars 1, I don't think you can pass party leadership, so I think you have to invite the first person. Can't you really? Oh, yeah, I remember the technique. You accept, and then you leave, but I still have him targeted, and then I re-invite. And now I'm the leader when he accepts. And then once we have player majority, hopefully he will accept. Once he accepts that, we'll have player majority, and I can accept other people as leader. There you go, that's it. I love how you guys are breaking the UI here. So we've got an Ellie and a Ritz. There's a low-level Mez. Look at all you guys who want to play. This is so cool. Listen. When you see on stream that I leave, type in local chat and say, yo, guys, I want to play. Look, we've got enough for like 4 or 5 parties here. Team up with one another as well, just because you might not get in mine. Come on, I love the idea that you guys are also going out on your little adventures. A little plug for Discord as well, just by the way. We have voice rooms and chat in there that you guys can use to play together. Okay, Asshat the Arcane. Ranger is no skill. Ranger, he's from the last challenge. That's hilarious. Bacon and Potatoes back. He's gone all the way up to level 5. You've been playing too much, man. Utah's back, who didn't overlevel. So we'll grab Utah again. And then I will grab I'll grab... This guy's a low-level dervish. What? He's a level 4 dervish and he got here? Doom Fi? How did you do that? Is that a thing? I guess it is a thing. That's quite impressive to do that, though. Look at these people who've already picked their secondaries. Alright, let's pick up a dervish. Now, I also want to be more careful about my skills here. The weapon of warding... The Spirit Rift is going to be really poo. I don't care about that right now. But we will have... Union, Pain... Painful Bonds, a defensive weapon, an offensive weapon, and I guess let's drop. I mean, this is, and then Generous was Sangrai, I think. Let's run. No, we've already got that. That's our heal skill. Let's just leave the last slot open for now, because why not? All right, let's go. This guy says, oh, that guy's called We Love Tig Bitties, and he said, I want to play. Sorry, dude. Don't think you can pass leader, so you need to add the first person. Yeah. Okay, Bacon, I see. Sorry, I'm reading in-game chat now. All right, guys, again, there's not many of you here compared to yesterday, so if you want to push that poll through, push it through, guys. Talkative was WP, yeah, absolutely. All right, let's do this quest. It shouldn't be a hard one. It should be, like, really simple. Oh, it's out in the peninsula. Okay. I guess I'll meet you guys at the peninsula then. Oh, I'll leave my party if I travel there. Okay, let's walk and hit level 4, and then we'll just walk back. That's fine. It's not a problem. Keep a hold of my bow stuff. What we'll do as well is we'll buy a salvage kit and we'll break down our gear, and keep our inventory space. You have to pay attention to it. This game doesn't spam you with items like Guild Wars 2. It's not in a constant race to give you loads of things. You've got to be discerning about what you pick up and what you don't. And yeah, we'll keep that clear. And some of these old weapon sets we'll get rid of, I think. Zones load really fast. Oh, yeah, they're much smaller than Guild Wars 2 zones. In terms of time you'll spend in them and, like, you know, content speed and stuff. It's so weird how that works, right? You make a game where movement speed is slower, and it, in a weird way, makes it feel like loading screens are shorter. And that's really how it goes, because in Guild Wars 2 you've got these vast maps, but you travel through them really quickly. Guild Wars 2 can only load a smaller map and still give you a ton of content in it in terms of time spent and how much the loading screens get spaced out and stuff. It is kind of odd how that happens, you know? There we go, we get some gold. Or is it going to be Necro? So I haven't looked at the results of the poll, but in chat it looks like people are saying Necro is winning. Yeah, that is a poll for our secondary profession. I've already done 2 massive talks about it, so I'm not going to do another one. I can't remember if XP gets shared. Unlikely. There you go. Look, so we have an Ellie with us casting firestorms and stuff. Oh, it's so cool. By the way, yeah, so one of the 2018 updates is you can zoom out massively like this. And you might find by the end of the series I am doing this loads and I'm max zoomed out. I kind of want to avoid it if I can. Just because I think the game looks much more immersive when we're zoomed in. And especially I'm going to take advantage of when there aren't tons of players around. We need to leave. Jesus Christ, these Naga really hurt. Union's already dead. Jesus, good job, guys. Yeah, I've got to be careful. Am I doing a full factions playthrough? That's the idea. Seafloat says, Ritualist, Necromancer, Resident Sleeper. What's so boring about that? This is awesome. You didn't realize people still play Guild Wars? Dude, it's had a massive flourish of people coming back to the game just because of the updates they've done recently. What the devs have basically done is they've telegraphed to the community, hey, we still care about and like this game. You can feel comfortable playing it because, look, we have employees that care about you still. That's all that communities need. They need to feel like someone's there rooting for them. And right now, Guild Wars 1 players feel like they've got Bill Thrice, at least. And SCW to another extent. So, yeah, it means a lot. It really does. Let's go on through. I should make this one sightless as well. Yeah. So, when I played this on the channel, I did it as a bit of a challenge. I turned off the compass and stuff, and I tried to make it a little bit interesting, even though really it was... Because I'd just come from soloing the other game. I loved it when you did the Nightfall playthrough on Twitch, so this is awesome. Is it once a week? It's 3 times a week, but they're very short streams compared to, you know. That's that same dialogue we had before. So this time we're going to go in a different area across the farm. And wander on through this way. Potentially going across that bridge. There's all kinds of quests that trigger around here. I have a lot of memories of this place. spirits is its thing. Yeah, we're playing a ritualist, so you see here I get my party window, but when I summon this spirit, I also get extra allies. So this is a thing I've created for myself, and here's another one that I can create for myself. Spirit of Pain and Union, and I can monitor their health, and later we'll get abilities to heal them and keep them going and stuff. Thing is, they're stationary, so we have to sort of turtle up. Alright, here's the herder. Hello there. I keep the monastery supplied with food and other necessities. Is there something I can help you with? A belt pouch. So, Nying is out of leather, is he? Before I can give you this leather, I need you to do a favor for me. There are Crimson Skull nearby who keep trying to steal some of my animals here. If you can get them to stop, I'd be happy to give you the leather that you need. Alright, so we already saw some Crimson Skull terrorizing these guys, but there's another group up here. Let's go grab them. Here we go. What have we got? A bunch of guys just basically picking daisies. There they are. So let's summon our stuff. We'll watch for our first ally to go in and give him a weapon of warding to keep him alive. And now we will cast some painful bonds. I need a lot more energy. I've got a very energy intense skill bar here. I've got 2 15 cost spells and 2 10 costs, which is pretty heavy. There we go. Let's get some Crimson Skull boots. Some other items dropped. There's a coin someone got there. You will find when Guild Wars 2, I'm just calling it now, when Guild Wars 2 adds this region of the world, whenever that is, you will find a heart quest that has for sale an exotic trinket that is a Crimson Skull coin. Alright? The leaks. Timestamp this. Bookmark this. I want to see the clip of this in like 5 years when it finally arrives. It will be a thing. I promise it will be a thing. Just like corn and coins and stuff. Right, here we go. Herder. Thank you for your help. Here are the treated hides you were looking for. So she's given us these treated hides in our inventory now. This quest item. There is such a thing as quest items in this game, but no quest specific inventory or anything, as a lot of other MMOs do. And yeah, so that's us done. Now, if I right click, if I /resign, if everybody does that in the party, can we all go back without breaking the party? So 2 people have resigned, Utah's resigned. Let's see if Doom Fae and Singdragonor Red resign. If they do that, I think we should all die. We can zone, and then the party doesn't have to break up when I go straight back. I think. God, it's weird. Yeah, there you go. Return to outpost. That doesn't count as a death, by the way. I don't think so. And now we can go here, and the entire party will move. See, traveling to Xingzhou. Yeah, they did do Elona really well. Elona is fiercely underappreciated. Path of Fire's open world stuff is fiercely underappreciated in Guild Wars 2. And it's mostly because of how they orchestrated the end game and the way that the rewards and loot and achievement and stuff work in that game now. Which is the dev's own fault, if you will. I don't know. It sounds a bit aggressive. But it is true that there's a lot of such high quality stuff in those maps. And people don't interact or interface with it much. You've got the treated hide I needed. Great. Here's the belt patch I promised you. Come talk if you have any more questions about storing items. So that levels us up, which we'll deal with in a second. But here's the belt pouch. Check it out. We just expanded our inventory by 5 slots. Later, we'll be able to get these bags here, and then we can rune them as well and increase. But the increases are very marginal and small, you can see. Which I think was probably decided because this game released at a time where server upkeep and stuff was a bigger cost, and there was no sub fee for this game. So they realized you'd have low inventory space and everything had to be stored very tightly and neatly. And then the rest of the game was kind of designed around that, and it led to the loot system as it is, which I very, very much like, to be honest. I hope this belt pouch is serving you well. You can never have too many things to keep things. Sorry, you can never have too many places to keep things. Do you need to know anything more? No, I'll be on my way. So just like in Guild Wars 2, this doesn't visually change our appearance, the amount of storage we have. But yeah. Okay, so we leveled. I'm going to drop the spawning power here. I'm just going to get rid of that for a second. Well, mind you, that makes weapon spells last longer. It makes our spirits tankier and our weapon spells last longer. So if we went raw spawning power and restoration, our weapons of warding would be really strong. But the brutal weapon is communing. Let's do this. I'm going to go communing. Oh, we can go pure communing right now. Brutal weapon does +8 now and lasts 20 seconds. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna leave. Wow, I don't know. That's a lot of resources, though. Let's go... Let's go like this. 4 communing, 2 spawning, and 1 restoration. So we won't worry about pain just yet. We won't worry about our offensive spirits. Mind you, this is a defensive communing spirit. I don't know. We just won't worry about the spirits just yet, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's look at the pile. This is it. We're going to get our secondary. You guys ready? It'd be cool if spawning power affected nature spirits too. That would be interesting. It's like a synergy back with Ranger. You guys ready? Results. Okay, so with 39% of the vote, Necromancer is at the top. You guys voted Necro. In fact, look, just to put a bit of higher quality on these streams, since I want people to enjoy watching these on Wood Potatoes too. Here, I'm going to show you guys exactly what it is that... Oh, gods. Oh, gods. There we go. All right, it's hiccuping a little bit. So here we have an image. This is when we were talking about the ship of Theseus and Stellaris and Paradox and Wiz and all that. Ignore that. Here is the results of the poll that we just had. So we got Necro at the top. This has only got a quarter of the votes of the last one we did, I think. But Necro at the top, Monk a little bit under, Ellie a little bit under, Assassin under that, Ranger. It's kind of strange because that's almost exactly how I feel. Except Assassin's a lot higher than I feel like it should be. But people want Assassin because it's Cantha, right? So, or they were trying to troll, I guess. But, yeah, I don't know. There you go. So, Necro secondary. Let me turn that off. Hope you guys are happy with that. Ellie not even at the top. Unfortunately, no. Alright, so here we go. Master Togo. Welcome, young one. I understand from your headmaster that your studies are progressing well. I am pleased. Speak with Headmaster Kuju, the necromancer. And don't forget, all of our party members are going to get a second one as well. Just, you know how my recommendation for Guild Wars 1 is always find your best friend, pick a day of the week, and just play Guild Wars 1 for like 4 or 5 hours co-op with one mate of yours. Order some pizza, get some beer in, and just do that each week. Honestly, what a fucking awesome thing. That would be like the highlight of my week if I'd never played Guild Wars 1. And you get pizza together and you just play. And the fun thing about doing this co-op, especially in the early game stuff, is think about this. This entire party of players right now, we're all about to get secondaries too, and we get the excitement of knowing what our secondary is, but also what our friends are getting and stuff, you know? So if you are interested in taking the necromancer profession as your secondary field of study, then you will need to speak with Headmaster Kuju. I think you will find her quite pleasant for a necromancer, and she can certainly teach you all you need to know. Seek her out in the Shinjay Monastery. Yes, Master. So I think we can kind of preview all of the quests and try all of them, but I'm not going to do that. What if you don't like beer? What's option B? Cider? Well, I don't know. You don't need alcohol, obviously. Just whatever. I don't even, you know, I don't even think I'd get beer every week. I'd probably get pizza each week. That would be pretty good. But, yeah, I don't know. Just whatever you like. Whatever sounds like a nice, relaxing thing to consume as you do it. Mountain Dew, for all I care. Filtered, refrigerated water with ice. It doesn't matter. In the middle of winter. You moved to Guild Wars 1. What do you mean moved? No, I've not moved to Guild Wars 1. I'm playing Guild Wars 1 for a bit. Yeah, Guild Wars 1 Ellie is completely different to Guild Wars 2 Ellie. Completely different. There's the same word that's being used, but you shouldn't let the fact that you associate me as a Guild Wars 2 Elementalist player factor in at all into your decisions on these polls. But anyway, well, hello there, youngster. Of course I can teach you. It will be my great pleasure to welcome another young necromancer into the fold. I cannot wait to introduce you to my grandchildren. Are you ready to learn the dark magics of death, blood, and curses? Consider your choice carefully. She's full on witch mode. I want a tonic to look like her. Child, I can see that one day you will be a great necromancer. It will be hard work, but I will be here to help you along the way. You must learn to love Grenth and all he stands for. You must care for each corpse as you would your own child. You must accept death as an ally and study your curses and diseases with fervor. Do this, and you will surely achieve your potential. This line here, I don't know why, but when I read study your curses and diseases, this dialogue makes me think of, you know, the Guild Wars 2 character creation. Do you remember when I was covering the PvP tournaments and stuff, and I was showing you the backgrounds to the Guild Wars 2 character creation screens? Those beautiful, like, different tailored, animated concept art screens. And the necromancer one had the skulls and the chains and the potions and things. Somehow just this made me think of that. And it's such a cool, like, I don't know, I really like just that image, that emotion, that all conjures for me. The idea that necromancers in Tyria really have to do this, because the games don't really excel in showing that side of the world. My grandson, Renku, will provide your initial training. I trust his enthusiasm for our craft will rub off on you. Look out for him in the Sunqua Vale. I'm ready to begin. I'll look for Renku. Alright, new skills. Here we go. So we get Life Siphon. We hex a foe. They degenerate health and we gain it. So we tap their life, essentially. We get Deathly Swarm. Sends a Deathly Swarm of flies out, which strike for big cold damage on 3 targets in the area. And lastly, Vampiric Gaze. A blood magic spell where we simply straight up steal health from our target. So what ones do we want to add? Oh god. See, this is too quick, really. They're adding too many things too quickly. I'll put on... No, I'll equip Vampiric Gaze later. Deathly Swarm is basically like Spirit Rift. It's like the Necro version of Spirit Rift, which is kind of funny. I'm not going to worry with that. Deathly Swarm, if you watch Wood and Potatoes 2, I do videos sometimes that aren't streams on there. And I did a video about the best and worst looking Guild Wars 1 skill icons. And I put Deathly Swarm as one of the worst looking skill icons in the entire game. I mean, look at it. It's terrible. This is with the... Oh, this isn't with Umods to upgrade the way that they look. But still, it's pretty bad. God, I forgot to set everything up today. Everything I forgot to set up. All right, let's go to Sunqua Vale then. I've got Umod in the title of the stream, and I'm not running Umod on this stream. By episode 2, I've already forgotten. Brilliant. Aren't I a genius? Oh, people seem really upset that we've got Necro. What's wrong with going Necro? Rit Necro. Look, it's like the Guild Wars 2 Bearbow, alright? It's like the Prophecies Warrior Monk. It just is meant to be, okay? You can't complain about it. It is meant to be. So let's go search Sunqua Vale. And hopefully all the other people in our party are dealing with their secondaries as well right now. Oh, this is so cool. So do you see how I loaded through and my minion panel is still open? That's a recent update that did that, and that's fantastic. That's awesome. I really actually like that. I mentioned in the video when I covered that would be some cool quality of life, and it really is. Man, with you saying Guild Wars 1 is too fast, I really wonder what kind of game would be too slow for you. No. I mean, literally just the acquiring of second profession is too fast. Come on! There's like 4 hours of gameplay you can meaningfully get out of juggling these 4 attributes and skill categories. You could go easily 4 or 5 hours of significant, fine, normal questing and combat, digging deeper into your primary profession, learning specifically what spawning power does. There's loads of depth you can get out of this before you then need to complicate it and throw a secondary on. It's too quick. It's too quick. The general pace of combat and stuff is not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about specifically that aspect of... And it's true, man. If you go back to Prophecies, everything's a lot slower and much more linear and better paced out. Factions is too fast. It is too fast. Can you choose to just not have to just have a primary? Sort of, but the game will force you to look into the secondaries here. And it will thrust all this extra mechanics upon you. Sorry, I didn't read the quest reward. He said hi. Alright. Hello, I am Rengoku. It is good to meet you. There you go, that's what he said. This task will test your ability to utilize minions effectively. Not that it really matters in the grand scheme of things. Anyway, the nearby temple has been infested with mantids that should prove to be a fairly simple task for you. Their queen mother, however, might be a different story. Eliminate the nest and return to me. Alright, here we go. This is what I want. Animate Bone Fiend. Spell. Exploit the nearest corpse to animate a level 1 Bone Fiend. Bone Fiends can attack at range. It's interesting that that's the first one you get. Where's my regular minions? Faint-heartedness. Hex for 3 seconds. The target attacks very slowly and gets health degened. if we go high enough in curses. That's a very strong spell, by the way. What? They only gave me this. What about regular bone minions? All right, the bone fiends are really weird as minions because, and it's weird that we're getting these as spirits, because they are ranged. Their entire utility changes. Most minions in the game, necromancer minions, undead, are melee, and that makes them very strong because enemies will target them instead of you. They will become a meat shield for you, and they will protect your back line of casters as literally just a wall of flesh that just ambles out in front of you, and the enemies hit them, and then you can cause them to explode and do all that other wonderful stuff. That's what most minions are. This guy, though, is ranged, which completely changes him. It makes him essentially a much weaker minion, but the advantage is it actually has some of the highest pressure of all minions because it will stand still instead of running around constantly and swinging slowly and then missing and then running to a new location and then stopping and then swinging and then running to a new location and stopping and swinging. This just goes attack, 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 attack because it's ranged. So yeah, completely changes the utility. This will actually feel a lot like a spirit. We need a corpse though to be able to cast it. So we need to kill a mantid to then summon it out of the body. So I'll show you guys what this looks like here. Let's summon our Spirit of Pain. Oh, the drain's running off. It doesn't want to be killed. What a surprise. What a shocker. Let's kill this one here. All right. When it dies, look at its body. I'm going to spend 25 energy and a long cast time. Look at the ritual around us to summon our Bone Fiend. And there it is. And you'll notice that it's constantly degenerating. We have no way of maintaining its health right now. It will be dead eventually, but it will follow us around unlike spirits, see? So we get our fiend. You'll also notice, I wanted to do all this off screen. My upkeep monitor I'm going to put over there because I doubt I'm ever going to use it. We're going to have our effects monitor here, and we'll fix it up even better later. These are our active effects, buffs on us, essentially. And you get this here. It represents our minions. It says you are currently controlling 1 minion. And you notice that the cooldown, the energy and cast time of this is really high, but the cooldown is very low. So if you can keep getting energy and keep finding bodies, you can spam these out. How do you get so much energy? Well, necromancers get energy from kills. So it balances out for them. For us as a ritualist, we will struggle more with that. But we'll see what we can do. It seems that one of our allies is healing the minion. I don't know how. Oh, maybe it was healed by an NPC. But here we go. We're at the Zhengzhou Temple now, and this is what the game wants us to do. There's no lore on that. It wants us to clear out the mantid infestation here. So if I run over to this mantid, if you watch, I'll just attack it. Beautiful animations, right? You'll see our minion will run forward a bit, but then he'll plant himself down and start attacking. And here he's attacking again already. He's already successfully struck maybe 5 or 6 times. A melee minion might not have hit once yet because it would have been kill stolen and all kinds of other things. Now, here's an example of anti-synergy. You see Union? Remember this. Whenever a non-spirit ally in range takes damage, it gets reduced, and the ally and the spirit takes damage instead. Well, bone minions and necro minions are non-spirit allies. It's not a spirit, but it's an ally, right? So what that means is if I come at summon Union here and the Bone Fiend, the Union... If someone tries to attack the Bone Fiend, it will kill Union. When really you want Union to protect your humans, not your minions. We're okay with the Bone Fiend dying before us. And so that's a bit of anti-synergy, right? So that's a reason why... So we want to be careful about stuff like that, all right? It's the beauty of the combat and the skill system, my friends. Guild Wars 2 is scared to provide anti-synergies, but Guild Wars 1 lets you play with that, and that's the glory and the beauty of it. So, let's see. That minion is just like a torso with 2 tails. I think it's supposed to be like a Devourer style thing, but yeah. Will Union take constant damage as the Bone Fiend dies? No. Union procs on flat damage, not degeneration. And this is degeneration that the Fiend is under. Good question. There you go, dude. Are you finally finished? I was about to give up and head back to the monastery. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Look, we play these games slowly, okay? All right? We get every dropout. I have taught you all I can be bothered to. I am sure you will make a fine necromancer, or most likely you'll die trying. My sister is waiting for you in the Pangyang Peninsula. Her name is Su. She would be absolutely thrilled to continue your studies. I just know it. Find her and tell her that we have completed initial lessons. I should have read this totally differently. This guy is clearly bored. And he's clearly being sarcastic. Her name's Sue. She'll be thrilled to continue your studies. I just know it. See you later. Get out of my face. That's kind of how he's talking to me. All right, so we're going to track down Sue. Now, our friends. Lead the way. Let's let them do their secondary quests. Everybody watching this stream? Here you go. No, look. Wait, what? Oh, he's an elementalist. He's picking up monk secondary, so he has monk skills, but he hasn't finalized it yet. That's the point. It's Sindragor Red. So they're going to lead the way to do their quests now. He's done very well keeping our fiend alive. Look at it. Oh, and the other thing I never mentioned. Minions start with minimal degeneration, and then it accelerates and ramps and ramps and ramps until it's very unwieldy to keep them alive. Guild Wars 2, again, did away with all of that and just said, oh, some of them degenerate and it's just a flat rate, like Jagged Horrors, or they just stay alive forever. And just removed all of those things. But those kind of ramp mechanics and capless mechanics and stuff like that, I really, really, really love. There is a cap to how much it will ramp, but with such low vitality and health at this point in the game, we're not going to be able to keep our stuff alive forever, indefinitely. It's too much of a healing thing. Bored hipster is probably my normal voice. I probably can't do my normal voice in videos and streams because people will think I'm sad. They always ask me if I'm depressed. Are you depressed, WP? No, I'm just talking normally. So I have to sort of have a bit of energy in there, a bit of loudness, which I'm happy to do. I want people to be entertained. Okay, I'm not sure what this is. This monk student is resurrecting this warrior. Oh, are they practicing the power of resurrection, are they? I guess the dervish with us will not be subject to these quests right now. So the dervish we will not... Because he's from Ilona. I'm very impressed with getting a level 4 dervish here, by the way. I'm very impressed with that. Guild Wars 1 PvP was a great time when you were a team builder. Oh, certainly. I loved Guild Wars 1 buildcraft and RA and stuff. I really did. There's so much that I really enjoy about this game. Just not having target caps or ICDs and things just makes the game feel just so raw and meaningful and awesome to buildcraft and mess with. Not layers upon layers of hidden rules and gates because the design can't handle the ingenuity of the player base. The most surprising thing about the level 4 Derv is he found a consulate docks taxi in 2018. Dude, I'm telling you, it's not as dead as you think it is. It's really not, especially not since the updates. So there we go. We've beat up the warrior several times and we've resurrected him several times. What are people saying here in chat? They need Kinya province. That was Sister Tai talking to us, by the way. She's going to become a big NPC later. All right, they need the Kinya province. I need Penyang Peninsula. So let's resign and go to the peninsula, right? When everyone's ready, you can resign. If not, I will follow you to your next objective. But what we'll do is we'll do the peninsula and then we'll go Kinya province, which is north of it afterwards. Yeah, the ritualist calcium animations are really weird, aren't they? Very exotic and strange and just otherworldly. And that's what they're going for. I mean, it's good. It's nice when games can do that. Obviously, Guild Wars 2 struggles with that because 5 races, you have to dilute between the races instead of the classes. It's a lovely thought that Guild Wars 2 could have special animations for every race and class. So a Char Elementalist has different animations to a human Elementalist. It's a lovely thought. Oh, what am I doing? It's a lovely thought that they could do that. But, oh, recent teammates, I see. I was like, how do I have friends on my friend list? I've never used this account. It's a lovely thought they could do that, but someone do the napkin maths for me? How much work is that? I mean, we're talking animations and things as well, which is... I mean, imagine every skill had a different thing as well. It's just completely unthinkable. It would be cool because, like, a Char Elementalist would be more clumsy, I think. And interesting to see how they would cast compared to a human or a Magitech Asura. But, I mean, come on, let's be realistic. Those are the concessions you make when you ask for 5 races, which you can't blame ArenaNet. People for years on end were asking for multiple races in Guild Wars 1. So they gave you multiple races, and it just comes with a downside, you know? And so many downsides of that. All the whining about clipping of armor and all those things in Guild Wars 2, and it all just comes down... All the voice acting and story delivery that they have to go through just to facilitate all the races. Honestly, if I was making an MMO in 2018... based on what I've learned from ArenaNet and Guild Wars 2, I would only have one race. And I'd say, fuck you, we're only doing one race, and this is why. And I would hope my audience accepts that when they buy into the product, and then we just never talk about it again. Because honestly, it gives you so much freedom as devs. It's too much of a cost of freedom. There was clipping in Guild Wars 1 too, but on a lesser scale, certainly. I mean, that's another lovely argument. That's kind of more of a you can't win style argument, isn't it? That's kind of a... The grass is not always greener. What's that line I heard recently? The grass is only greener when you look far away, because when you look at the grass at your feet, you can see the mud between the cracks. It's like I've butchered that. I have not said it in such a pithy way as when I've read the quote, but it's kind of true, you know. If you were making an MMO Guild Wars in 2018, I would never translate audio. Same effects. There's no excuse not to speak English. Actually, I agree with you there. I'm not going to go as far as to say there's no excuse to not speak English. As an English speaker who doesn't speak any other languages, I'm not going to go down that line. But I agree. I wouldn't localize for France and Spain and Germany. And I know that sounds rich for me to say, but I honestly, if a German, if a Polish, like if a Polish video game company came up to me and said, look, we're making an MMO, we want your advice on some decisions, I would say to them, don't localize. Honestly, don't worry about English. Honestly, you will have so much more freedom to make a baller game if you just don't try and voice in other languages. Keep it Polish. Only Polish. Just do it. I would say that to them. I really would. I mean, that hits their demo in a very tangible way, because there's not probably that many people that are looking for a Polish MMO, if you get what I'm saying. But some of these other a Spanish MMO, for example, I honestly, I would say that. Chinese, don't do it. It's just such a cost. Such a cost. You can localize the text. I think that's fine, but... do these S's make sense to you? I'm completely lost. Perhaps you can explain it to me later. Oh, yes, I'm Soon Kim. It's nice to meet you. Hello, I'm Lee Yoon. If you ever need any help, ask me. I'm sure I'll know what to do. And, I mean, we can all be wide-eyed and say, oh, but what if I have the budget? We're not all Blizzard, okay? That's the point, all right? And any upstart MMO is going to have to face that fact. I suppose my brother sent you. Oh, joy. Just what I need. Another novice to waste my time. God, these necros are pricks. What the hell? Well, perhaps... This other guy basically said, why don't you go away and die to us earlier? Well, perhaps I can find a use for you if I put my mind to it. So, you passed my brother's test. Well, perhaps you can be of some use then. I need to clear this cave of Naga. They're a little... By the way, you're hearing in the dialogue here one of the big failures of Guild Wars 1, in that it always was really janky, that transition between quest acceptance dialogue, NPC introduction dialogue, and quest introduction dialogue. They were always, like, weird, really weird in how they chained into one another. And hopefully you're picking up on that. Something Guild Wars 2 I'll compliment for doing way better. Even without quest logs and stuff and a formal mechanism for it. Well, perhaps it could be of some use to me then. I need to clear this cave of Naga. There are little more than pests to someone with my powers. But for you, perhaps they will provide a challenge. In fact, this will be a good test for your abilities. Take a moment to review the skills I'm about to give you. Then speak with me again once you're ready. This monastery seems very cavalier with the well-being of its students. I'm happy to be of assistance. So, we got Soul Feast. Exploit a corpse to gain health. I'm not interested in that. That's like your heal skill, I guess, as a necro. But if we exploit the corpse for that, we can't summon out of it. Corpses are resources in a very real way, okay? In Guild Wars 2, you kind of get that, like, Deadeye, refresh your mark when the thing dies and stuff. But it's like the physical essence of the body is a resource that you can only use on one skill. So you don't want to stack too many necros in theory. In theory, I mean, that's totally broken, and you could stack necros for energy management while utilizing secondary professions to bypass everything else. Hello, Hero Way. But, yeah. Barb Signet, sacrifice our health to bleed them. I'm not interested in that either. Oh, good. Just what the monastery needs. Do you not know that a powerful necromancer has more important things to do? Reaping the Naga. Are you ready to go? Finally, the Naga filth must be eliminated. Follow me. If I remember rightly, this is a hard quest. The Naga are not to be trifled with. Well, let's trifle with them. Let's see. They're quite high level, aren't they? I hope we'll do this, guys. Look, we've got so many allies now, though, that our minion party bar is being hidden. You think the monastery's attitude is believable in this setting? What level are they here? So hold on, I need to get used to C spacing again, which I haven't done for so long. Let's cast a Union, and we have a body already, but we don't have enough energy, so we'll get one summon. Okay, Union died. So here you can see my cap here is energy management. Now, if I was a highly efficient soul reaping necro, I would probably have the energy for this again already. And I could summon out of these Naga bodies. But we'll wait. I'm just going to stand around. I'm honestly going to play so casually, guys. I'm back to playing one-handed again right now. It's going to be so, so good. Look at it. It's beautiful. Ah. I can't tell you how much this game makes me smile coming back to it. After a good break from it and just coming back and chilling and feeling like there's meaning in coming back. Oh. What a summer. What a summer. The World Cup 2018 summer. It's been pretty good so far. I'm glad I never had the handicap bug permanently in my whole Guild Wars 1 experience. What bug was that? So there you go. We got 2 fiends, but we're not quite keeping them alive just yet. I need to C space. I keep forgetting to press C before space. What's my other hand doing? Just chilling out, basically. Holding a mug of coffee, which I'm trying to pull to my lips, but then I find something else I want to say, and so I choose to entertain and speak instead of drink. It's basically every stream in a nutshell. Okay, we don't have a corpse nearby now. We're doing good here, guys. We're doing good. I don't know. Pain is just so easy to whack up here. Oh, look. They have different subsections as well. So spirits appear in a collapsible list compared to these. Interesting. There's a lot of quality of life there. Oof. Everyone got chunked up there. What was that? I'm glad you're happy with playing GW1 again. The enthusiasm comes through. It makes it a lot more entertaining. Oh, I thought you were going to say, oh, we can convince the devs to come redevelop. Oh, they gave us Healing Breeze. That's not going to happen, guys. I adore a lot of the devs over at that company. I really do. And I would happily buy so many of them a beer and just love to have their ear on so many things. But the one above all others right now, above all others that I would proper geek out about, and I feel bad because I am a big fanboy of a lot of the other devs, is Bill Freist and SCW. I mean, I could geek out with SCW about all kinds of stuff, like Zurich as well. But Bill Freist, he deserves some serious. He deserves nearly every single one of those cupcakes that people send. That guy, like, oh, keep going, my man. Keep going. Don't you hold out. You're bringing some serious happiness to people. All right, so we leveled again. Good quest for leveling. I am very happy about the levels, by the way, because despite the... Oh, monstrous claw hype! Rare crafting material. We'll ignore the fact that the economy is broken and just be happy, yeah. Rare loot, guys. It was awesome. I hosted Nike at the end of our stream yesterday because he was playing Guild Wars 1. And he was doing a very different style stream, but he was in Eye of the North dungeons, running dungeons in Guild Wars 1, grinding through them. And he was doing it for an Emerald Blade in COF, and he got it. He got a Q9 Emerald Blade on stream right after our host. And the genuine, like, hype and elation for that loot that he got was just so profound and cool to me. I don't know if I've ever seen one of his streams and heard him say that, like, from a raiding drop or something. It was very cool. It brought back a lot of memories. I see the Naga were not much challenge for you after all. You have learned everything I have time to teach you, and, much as my brother is willing, Master Togo wishes... I've read that totally wrong. You have learned everything I have time to teach you, and as much as my brother is willing, Master Togo wishes to meet with you in the Linnock courtyard just off the main monastery proper. Use your map travel to get there quickly. Good fortune, McPoop butt. I'm on my way. An audience with Master Togo. So, we're going to lock in Necro. Now, these guys want to go to Kenya province, though, for their secondary quest. So, let's travel north now to be nice to our friends and play with them and see what they need. You guys lead the way as well. You lead the way. That literally, if you lead the way, I will just follow you. There we go. And all I have to do is occasionally look back at the game and press space. And I can just focus on chat the entire time. Look at that. Look how social that is. Yeah, he called the roll. I don't think he really called the roll. He was just hoping for it, right? It's not... You know, when I kill Doom on a weekly clear of Doom, and I say, oh, Doom throne, here we go. That's not me calling the roll, is it? When I eventually get it. That's just what I'm hoping for. Yeah, and it was highly salvageable as well in the end. I mean, that was a weird... I mean, there's a lot of places we will, and I will happily criticize Guild Wars 1. I mean, I really will, and we will get into that. Yeah, so we leveled. I just kind of idly put into communing because that's what you guys voted on. We'll host another poll soon where we pick a new attribute. It's kind of funny because my memories of a streaming Nightfall are flooding back and all the little mini polls we did there. Yeah, the spacebar strat. It's good. It's good. It's one thing you guys might find really fun to think about is you see all the way over there. If I were to travel there in Guild Wars 1, we are talking 180 to 240 seconds to get there. And that's if the mobs are cleared. If they're not cleared and we have to kill and get our way there, it's a journey and it feels distant and far. I shit you not, that is about a 7-second walk in Guild Wars 2 if you're on a Raptor or a Griffin. That will become about 7 seconds of content. I promise it will. That'll be like a fucking 5 seconds on a skimmer and then a Raptor leap on the other side. It's really weird to relate Guild Wars 2's movement and just their relentless pursuit of the freedom of movement has just led to these crazy differences. So you might be really excited about coming back here in Guild Wars 2, but it will be like a little postcard or a stamp. Once, if we go to Cantha, it will be fun to see how much time these areas have changed, yeah, and what the environment looks like. It's kind of an interesting balance, right? Do they just recreate the Guild Wars 1 environment? Do they just recreate Xingji? Or how do we show has this place mechanized? I think a lot of people are advocates for Kaineng to be super Blade Runner-y and futuristic and electric fueled and stuff now. But Xingji, I'd like to still see the rice paddies and these old areas. Or, yeah, it could be like Heart of Thorns, where they just change it up completely. Yeah, it could be like that. I mean, I am not a fan of just basically saying do it all every time, over and over and over and over again, exactly as it used to be. I don't think that that is the most fun way to deal with the game, honestly. So I'm curious to see what else they do. So here we've got a level 14 boss monk, who we're only just able to pressure through. Oh, 10 out of 10, baby! We should have picked monk. Oh, the healing Ankh, rare. Oh, suck it. Requires level 7 here. Healing prayers, but not even close. Now, who was that guy that was monk secondary? All right? Look at how social we can be. As long as my account is 24 hours old now, which I'm sure it will be. It has to be 24 hours old. It has to be. I made this account before the stream yesterday. A good bit before the stream yesterday. So check it out. I can't give it to him, though. My account is less than 24 hours. I'm so sorry, dude. You cannot drop items within the first 24 hours. I can't give it to you. It thinks I'm a bot still. Rip. I wanted to give that to that guy. Sorry, bro. You're on your own. I guess I'll just merch it. At the very least, we'll see Kurzik and Luxon areas have changed. Yeah, I mean, that is the big question. It's an especially cromulent question. Is that a good word for that? To ask for Cantha, because how much jade is remaining, how much stone and amber is remaining in those regions is something the devs will... I would expect to have more than one meeting from them about. They've got a lot to think about with that, because they've got a lot of pros and cons to consider when it comes to... Do they rob this area of the franchise's most accented aspects? Like, what is the Jade Sea without the Jade? It's just a lake, you know, with maybe some big waves and nice whirlpools and perhaps some interesting, you know, Asian Oriental aesthetics mixed in there and some maybe bathing Naga and stuff. But what is it without the Jade? It pales in comparison. What is the Echo Vowed Forest without the stone? Well, it could be pretty interesting still if they make it more epic and exciting than even Maguma Jungle was in terms of scale. And they could do things with the Z-axis, and then we could go deep under the water and we could go high in the trees. But what is the best outcome for Guild Wars 2? But then if you're gonna do a thing where they are still, you know, ruined, how do you do that respectfully without trampling all over the suggestions that Guild Wars 1 put forward that things were getting better, you know? Stuff like Milan's Hope, very clear signs that water was returning, and you know how, and it comes, you can drill down to any level of lore, macroscopic or micro. You can talk about like Kanaxai and the occultists and the Like, one of the most exciting things about the Jade Sea as well, to me, when you got into the real story, was the idea that the miners were going nuts from digging too deep, and the Oni's origin and that stuff. But that was all very much tied to a single elite mission, and we finished that mission. So what do we say now? How do we draw on that? How do we do honor to that? You know, that's fun to talk about, man. Being a game designer in some ways sounds so shitty to me, and in other ways sounds like the most awesome thing to be paid for. Can you imagine being paid to get to have those conversations, to go into work and have the meetings, to discuss with fellow fans of this franchise about those things and come to decisions about them? That's what it means to be a game designer, in some respect. And I think that's such a beautiful thing. It's just, it comes with a lot of other muck. New mastery, Jade Sea surfboarding. I mean, what would you guys pick? Would you pick a mix, a 50-50? Would you, I mean... You feel like there should be a ton of Jade left because remember the Luxon dungeon is fairly deep? Well, let me put it another way. In terms of true lore diehardness, the Jade Wind was enacted 200 years before what you're watching right now. It's all mostly Jade, mostly stone, 200 years after the event. In this campaign, we will see some major stuff happens that in theory accelerates the cleansing, and we're another 250 on top. So by all rights, really, a lot of it should be gone. That's before we even talk about specifics that this campaign showed, you know. Anyway, welcome to Kinyu Province. I mean, aren't you doing that right now, going to work and talking to other fans of the franchise all day? Hey, maybe you got a good point, man. Maybe you got a good point. I'm still in a place with my life, though, where I don't really feel successful or, like, you know, I'm not at that threshold where it's like, yeah, you know, there's kind of a, when you're with a company and it's leading to something tangible at the end, that's really beautiful. For me, I sort of lack that baseline. Maybe one day that will click in my brain and I'll feel like an adult. I must admit for now, not so much. Painful Bond is AoE, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so we mark our target and nearby ones. So we marked this guy, but it put the Painful Bond on the others. How do you claim rewards from having the special edition? You type /bonus in your chat log. I'll be doing that later on this series because I own those. I qualify for the Rhino and a few other things. So these Crimson Skull are getting pretty dangerous. I hope we have a res. I will Resurrection Signet. This guy's doing it already, so we won't. No, it's not about whether my videos actually do have worth. It's about... How do I describe it? I could do a video waffling about some complete nonsense. Like, oh, the best looking and worst looking skill icons. And it's fun and entertaining in the moment. But a week later, it's forgotten by the internet and the masses. Unless I specifically keep bringing it back up. When you're a developer, there's a lot of meaning probably into you. You get to have that meeting and... your ideas, your stamp goes on the product, you know, that will forevermore release and be remembered by the zeitgeist as it stands. And it's just nice. Yeah, and someone just mentioned the LP. I think what you'll see is my thirst for that. I want to create meaning in what I do, which is why I do the Let's Plays the way I do. This series to an extent as well. I want it to be there forever. I want people to be like, oh, this was what a 2018 Let's Play was, you know? We all seek meaning in some way. And you've got to go an extra length if what you're doing is talking about games online. I mean, let's be real. It's not like I'm building skyscrapers or engineering the future or teaching future generations or anything of worth to humanity. Alright, this is getting depressing, guys. Alright? Don't you take this smile off my face. Don't you do it. So here, little cooking area, very sweet. There's a chest here, which I can't open. I guess it's related to the quest. We're on the other side of the mountains we were at before, by the way. Okay, yeah, so we got one more quest to do now. I think we're following... The Dervish won't have a quest to do, but this /monk will, so we're going to follow him. I imagine they can easily think of a reason to melt the Jade Sea if they really want to melt some of it, but they at least can have some... establish the law that some chunks survive, so the mountain might be gradual. What is the most contemporary thing you've seen that Chunks survived, Costage? I know that there's been little things that have flared up over the years, but I can't recall them right now. Where have we seen Jade? I mean, we've seen Jade with the Zephyrite, right? Even the most recent Bazaar of the Four Winds release has got Jade tangibly there. That's not Jade that we're getting from fractals and building into decorations and stuff. That's presumably Jade from Cantha. You're doing something meaningful, just look at your name. Yeah, Mukpoopbutt. I mean, this is the kind of thing I can put on a CV. Yeah, so I spent a few years playing games online. Most notably my character Mukpoopbutt from this old MMO. Have you heard of it? Oh, you haven't heard of it? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I did it. There you go. That's how that goes. There are Jade weapons. They got to get the Jade somewhere. Okay, but why... Am I being a bit picky to suggest, hold on, can't there just be Jade? So, by the way, here we have a morale boost. So, you know when we die, we get penalties to our health and energy. Well, there is a snowball mechanic as well, which is a morale boost. Every time you kill a boss, it eliminates death penalty, but also if you had none when you killed it, you get plus 2% morale. This will cap out at 10, so they're very careful to cap the snowball. But, and then in the later years, they added consumables that just meant everyone nearly always had 10% straight away with anything of meaning. But, yeah, it's kind of a nice little thing. It's also true that when we get these morale boosts and kill these bosses, that's what recharges resurrection signets. So you can get around the once ever thing. I have weird memories of this field for the Let's Play that I did years ago. I don't know why. Why read subs? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me get that. I apologize. Let's see. Bong hit for Jesus. Is that you? Were you the one that was upset? You are. There you go. Bong hit for Jesus 40 minutes ago. Gave me Amazon Prime. Thank you so much, dude. That's really sweet. It didn't cost him a penny, but after Twitch, blah, 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 it put some pennies in my pocket. So thank you very much. You've just generated pennies out of nowhere. Thank you, dude. That's very, very nice. Atrophied as well. Thank you, dude. Fiariel. An hour ago. You've only got one more month till your year's done. Dude, that's awesome. FPS Monkey. Tier 3. Thank you very much. Ocean Omega. It's good to see that name come back. 34 months. Jesus Christ, Ocean Omega. 34 months in the run-in for the top spot there. You hope I have a great August. Thank you. I hope you have a great August. So far, so good. What else we got? And somebody donated me £10, but I think between streams. JMC334, are you around? Or was that yesterday and I read it out? Dude, thank you very much. I don't think I did. I don't remember getting a tenner yesterday. How good is Mesmer Assassin? I played quite a lot of... I don't know, man. Don't think too carefully about priority secondary profession, because unless you're playing Prophecies and doing it pure and in order, for most of the campaigns it doesn't mean anything, because they let you swap your secondary very quickly for free. So you don't have to worry too much. Alright, back to Togo. Everyone's ready? Resign if you're all ready, guys. Why do you accept such idiotic names for your characters from idiotic suggestions from Twitch? I mean, those names go on your videos and are there forever. They just sound so childish. Because I don't think it reflects on me. I think it reflects on people. Listen, not everything is ultra serious all the time. If people want to act like 10-year-olds because it's fun and ironic to them to act like a 10-year-old, which is at the end of the day what it is. They're not actually they don't actually think Poop Butt sounds funny. They think it's funny to make me, who can be a bit overly serious, have a character called McPoopbutt. That's what's fun. That's what's interesting about it. And if the people want to have a bit of fun with that, I'm not going to tell them no. It's their choice. It doesn't, and you know, I get the humor a little bit as well. So don't worry about it. You know. It also is ammo in my gun when I whine about Twitch users. When I'm like, everyone on Twitch is stupid. Oh, when I get mad and sad and pathetic and bitter. I can justify it because, look, they make me call myself Poopbutt. And I can pretend that they legitimately are 10-year-olds. Even though I know it's all ironic. Shh. Master Togo. Listen, guys. I hear you accepting that quest so quickly. Are you not reading the quest text? I will not play with people who do not respect the law. Look at him. He's dyed himself red. He looks pretty cool. I love those mesmer masks these days. I used to really not like these when I used to play. I wanted to be all spiky and badass looking. Now I think it's kind of cool. All right. The master, Kuju, has told me great things about you. You have begun to learn the way of the necromancer. But to reach your full potential, you must choose a second path. Speak with me, speak with the other headmasters and learn what they have to teach you. When you are ready to make a final choice, come speak to me again. Alright. Choose your secondary profession. Now that you have completed training in some of the other professions and learned more about... This is all clunky and wonky. It's time to make a choice. I wish to take necromancer as my secondary profession. Boom. There it is. And as you see now in our party window, we are ritualist slash necromancer. Necromancer. As you can see up there. And as you see here, we unlock some new skills. Life Siphon, Faint-Heartedness, Vampiric Gaze, Deathly Swarm, the ones we saw before. And look at our attributes now. Look at how many we've got. Look at this stack. But we only get a limited number of points each level, so we really do want to pick what we want carefully. So, we're going to do a straw poll. Let's speak to Togo. A fitting choice, young one. Congratulations. You now have the choice of returning to your headmaster to earn your insignia for your primary profession. Or you can take a further quest from me. Although it is your choice, I recommend you speak with the headmaster first and return to me once you've earned your insignia. Now, I mentioned this in the Let's Play originally. The culture of Guild Wars 1 was not to ever read quest text. Nobody gave a shit about the law, really. There were a couple of losers that did, but most people didn't. And they would just skip past this. It's easy to skip. However, by reading this, you realise there are more quests available. And the only way you get it is by paying attention. So we're going to go back to town now. And we're gonna get our insignia, which I think will unlock more skills for us before we continue the primary quest. We're now level 6, so we can check those out. I'd recommend the players in my party do that as well. What we're going to do as we work on the insignia, though, is you guys are now going to have another straw poll. So look in chat. You'll find a link in just a second. Pick any 2 attributes for me. So this is going to be a poll where you can vote on more than one option. I want you to pick 2 of the list. I think technically you'll be able to pick loads and troll the poll, but please just pick 2, and what you're choosing from is our attributes. You guys are going to pick the 2 we dive in. So, what are we going to pick? And I won't give you a full description of all the necromancer ones. We'll do that later. But blood, death, curses, communing, restoration, channeling, spawning power. So if you guys pick spawning power and channeling, the necromancer elements of our class we won't interface with for the rest of the stream. But if you pick 2 necromancer ones, we'll be like a pure necro for the rest of the stream. If you pick a mix, so one of the mixes I think people will probably have their eye on is communing, which is all about summoning spirits, and death, which is all about summoning undead. You could do that. Or you could do curses, which can increase the physical damage people take, plus channeling magic, which might give us some good weapons or something. I don't know. That would be communing again, actually, wouldn't it? Or, you know, so you guys can do your mixes and your matches. Blood magic is also about buffing our allies, so we could do blood plus restoration. It's up to you. We don't have many skills yet, so think about the skills we own and what ones you want to see me run. But whichever ones you pick and wins the poll, we'll do. So the poll is going in chat now, and what you guys want to do is click that in chat, and then the top 2 winners will be what I do. Yeah. So you guys can have fun with that. While you vote, I'm going to go hit up the guy about our insignia and maybe get another secondary quest to do. So let's see. Headmaster Quinn here.
You are ready to learn your ritualist insignia? Alright then. The advanced training is designed to teach you the nuances of the ritualist arts. Ritualists summon spirits and objects to aid their allies. They can create powerful weapons and can manipulate the spirit realm to heal allies or harm foes. Speak with Instructor NG to begin your training.
I'm ready to earn my insignia. Insignia is also doubling up as a name of a mechanic later in the game. These might be solo quests, by the way. Welcome to my dojo. This is where students receive an advanced training in their chosen professions. I'm Instructor NG. Alright, so. Advanced defense. Within the monastery we're safe, but in order to survive outside the walls, you must learn to defend yourself. In this training exercise, you will be attacked by 2 of our instructors, Wengar and Jinzo. I'll provide you with the defensive skills. Use them to survive their attacks for 2 full minutes. By accepting this quest, you will abandon other training quests and put yourself into a separate training area from the rest of your party. Sounds straightforward? Alright, let's do it. So he's giving us Enfeebling Blood, which puts weakness on our opponents. Weakness meaning they hit... wait, what does weakness mean in Guild Wars 1? It means they get reduced attributes by 1. And it also means... what? Glancing blows weren't a thing, were they? I can't remember. I really can't. Does it prevent them critting? I can't remember. Shadow Song. Hype. This is pretty good, guys. Create a spirit. So a new spirit we can stack on top of Pain and Union. But this guy attacks just like Pain does. This spirit's attack do damage and also cause blindness. The spirit dies after 30 seconds. This guy's super OP. Blindness in Guild Wars 2 sheds after a single attack. In Guild Wars 1, it's permanent. It's just a 90% chance to miss while it's on them. And it's defined by its duration. It is not a shedding condition. The Guild Wars 2 version of blindness, I think, is far better designed. But this version of blindness is nonetheless pretty thrilling. So, before I look at the results of the poll, I'm just going to try and finish this on my own. So I'm going to go Restoration and Communing and Spirit Spawning Power. So we get... Actually, let's drop Restoration and bump Spawning Power a little bit. Again, there you go. I'm not going to worry about that. We're going to use Generous Was Sung Right to heal ourselves. And we're going to rely on Shadow Song to keep ourselves alive. That's it. That's all we're going to do, really. And Union. I think this will be fine. This is a very defensive build we've got here. Let's see how it goes. We have to survive for 2 minutes. I'd like to go to the dojo. In we go. Let's see. I don't know. We might fail here. Hello, Wengar. Now is not the time to talk. Please concentrate on your studies. I mean, he looks awesome, right? Look at that. That's like that's a Canthan warrior right there. Now is not the time to talk. Okay. Look, poop butt. I hope you are ready with your defensive skills. We're going to force you to use them. Now is not the time. The apprentice does not look very tough to me, Jinzo. Your challenge begins now. Okay. Okay, Shadow Song is up. Oh god, they're killing it though. They're killing it really quickly and I don't have a way to heal it. Okay, so look, Jinzo is blind and Wengar is attacking the other guy. So I should have run Binding Thingy. That would have been really good. So now that Shadow Song is dead, that's pretty bad because the permablind won't be up, so they'll rip through my other spirits really quickly. Attacks on me will go to Union for the first few hits. Let's keep this up. When Pain... Here we go. But Pain dies, and now we can Shadow Song again. And Pain again. Perfect. Do you remember when we were on the very first episode, yesterday, when we were picking our class, I described this as a good all-rounder solo class? You're seeing why here. The other professions don't get this luxury. Same reason that Ranger is OP in Guild Wars 2. Minion-based stuff is just hard to balance in RPGs, and the truth is ArenaNet never got it right. So yeah, we're going to be extremely well defended and comfortable here. By the time they're ripping through, we'll go through. So we're very, very proficient at this. Let's get Union up again as well. Here they put Deep Wound on us. This is a Guild Wars 2 condition. This has reduced our maximum health. You can see our bar up here, the grey bit. We've got a chunk out. If you are like on 22% health and someone hits you with a deep wound, they can insta-kill you, basically. I think you go to 1 health and then a random stray attack will kill you afterwards. So, yeah, it's a pretty deadly condition. One of the most fun things in PvP is landing that Eviscerate, putting that deep wound on right at the end. Here we're still... So now Union's dead and I'm crippled, so I can't get away from them. I'm going to kite them back to Shadow Song. And what I'm going to do is move directly through Shadow Song like this. And there's a like 90% chance I'll shake aggro. Because watch, Wengar will see me, come to me, and then he'll get interrupted. It's okay because we won. You've done well, McPoopbart. Return for credit. There you go, and they're applauding us. Voila. Cool. So, and you're seeing with 2 spirits, all right? Imagine if we filled our bar with spirits and some of our skills are summoning multiple spirits at once. Yeah? And now imagine we're using PvE only skills, which are OP. Yeah? And now imagine we can do stuff where we move our spirits around. Yeah? 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 Okay. All right, good. Anyway, that's the spirit summoner, really, but which is not the only way we'll be able to play. And that doesn't factor in our necros, minions either. Minions would have been terrible there, by the way. We lucked out because I can't kill anything to get corpses. So. All right, there you go. Anyway, that's our first challenge. Well done. You've mastered the art of defense. The skill is especially useful when battling opponents such as warriors who use melee attacks. Okay, let's see how the poll went. You guys want to see a channeling death. Oh, it's really close, though. Communing is very close as well. But it looks like you want a channeling death build. So let's see. We have 25 attribute points. Let's go 4 deep. 4 deep. Now we have 5 left. Channeling 1, so I'll go higher on that. There you go. We've been perfect point efficiency there. So channeling, we have Painful Bond and Spirit Rift. And death, we have Soul Feast to heal from a corpse. Deathly Swarm. So look, this is the Spirit Rift Deathly Swarm combo. And the Bone Fiend. This might be really hard, guys, with the Insignia quests. Maybe we can put them on hold and do some more primary quests for a minute and play with you guys for a second. This might be really tricky. But that's what you guys voted. Let's see here. Instructor NG. Condition removal. Many foes will attempt to defeat you by placing various conditions on you. Some conditions like poison, burning, and bleeding cause you to lose health quickly. Others slow your movement, blind you, or leave you dazed, so your spells fail. Daze is an awesome condition. Very iconic condition for Guild of them. During this exercise, Wengar will place numerous conditions on you, and you will be required to remove them in order to survive. By accepting this quest, you will abandon others. Alright, let's do it. So, they have taught us Plague Touch to transfer negative conditions from ourselves to our foe. And it put Deathly Swarm on for some reason as well, which is not a transform. But here, we also get Resilient Weapon. Target ally gains a Resilient Weapon while suffering from a Hex or condition. We gain health regen and extra armor. But it's very low duration because we haven't spec'd into Restoration or Spawning Power. This would be an excellent weapon if we were duo spec'd for those. I'll leave it on the bar, but yeah, so let's just see if we can do it with Plague Touch. We might fail this. I don't think we can heal, because that takes corpses to heal. Oh god, what's this? I've got a phone call of some kind. I'm going to have to hang that up. Well, oh, I should have... Oh, we'll see if they ring back. Alright, here we go. Let's just go. Good luck with the disenchantment course. Let's just see if we can do this. Are you ready? I'll be placing conditions. Yeah, I'm ready. So I'm going to just run away from him to reduce the amount of conditions I get. I'm just going to kite in big circles. We have to survive 2 minutes again. So here you'll see, unlike in Guild Wars 2, there's no such thing as in-combat movement penalty. Or the other thing Guild Wars 2 does is it stops you regenerating health when you are in combat as well. But in Guild Wars 1, that's not true. You just need to not get hit for a while. So you see how he did 2 damage to us. If you watch my health bar, after enough time without being hit by a packet of damage, I will start to recuperate. In combat or not, be damned. It doesn't matter. What matters is damage. There's no, like, weird, nebulous combat mechanic of being in combat or not. There's this. So basically, what's going to happen is if he gets a degenerative condition on us, like bleeding, what I will do is quickly Plague Touch him and bail. You can cheese all of these by just killing them. Can you really? I thought they'd be invulnerable, which is why I didn't really try before. Let's keep going. Yeah, the Signet of Spirits, if that's what you guys are talking about in chat. It's hard to look at chat right now because I'm running in circles. That was kind of a new update, really. It was a terrible skill for the faction's launch, at least. It was later that they really made it OP and awesome. The first 2 missions give you so many free dead bodies in case you went for minions, and otherwise you wouldn't have any bodies to spawn them. Oh, I see. That's why there's bodies here. I see. Oh, crap. There are bodies here. Look, they put mantids on the ground. So, hold on. I can let him hit me. And then I can soul feast, correct? Yeah, look at that. Nice. Look, and there we just feasted on this body. You see how it got blacked out? It's now consumed. That's so cool. I didn't realize that. That was an excellent performance. Thank you. The art of clicking to move. That's it, I think. Should it be? Are we done? I don't know about leaving these. It doesn't give me a proper update. I guess we are out. All right. Let's just go this way. Oh, it seems like chat died a little bit there. You glad to see Necro 1? Yeah, I'm glad too. I am glad about Necro. Congratulations, McPoopbart. You've mastered the art of condition removal, have I? We never touched it, but that's fine. You will find this skill especially useful against enemies that rely on conditions such as warriors, elementalists, necromancers, rangers, and assassins. Now, your interpretation as you read this as a Guild Wars 2 player might be, why is it teaching me like weird PvP stuff here? It's not PvP. Remember, everything in Guild Wars 1 is using player skills, so they're all assigned professions. Mantids are like assassins, for example, or some of them will be. You will have monk bosses, you will have necromancers. It counts for PvE too. It all sits within the player profession system. Not all of it. Some big, powerful monster bosses and special things have their own unique mechanics, and the devs got better at that as Nightfall, Eye of the North, and Endgame areas went through. But, you know, the general standard experience, they're using the player stuff. Welcome to my dojo, skill chaining. I encourage you to take the skill chaining course. Combining skills for maximum overall effect is one of the most effective tactics for achieving victory, and this course demonstrates the concept beautifully. It's a difficult but important lesson. Are you ready? By accepting this quest, you'll abandon your other ones. So, Cruel was Dao Shen. It's an item spell. Hold Dao Shen's ashes for 30 seconds, and while we hold them, all ritualist skills have a 10% armor penetration. When you drop his ashes, all nearby foes are struck for 38 lightning damage. Interesting. I'm not sure how potent the 10% armor pen is. We get a lot of lightning damage as a channeling ritualist, which already does a lot of armor ignoring, I think, lightning damage. Does this stack on top of that? So if I'm holding Cruel as Dao Shen, do I get my Spirit Rift to hit harder? Does armor penetration equal just... Is that a flat modifier of 10%, or is it more complicated than that? Anyway, we can drop them to spike lightning damage. That is actually what you guys asked for as well, by the way, so we will equip that. Then there's this, Channeled Strike. It's also... Wait, we are channeling, right? We're not communing. We're channeling death, aren't we? Which is a weird combo, by the way, guys. Yeah, channeling death. Target is struck for 35 lightning damage. The foe is struck for 15 if you're holding an item. I see. So we cast Cruel as Dao Shen. We're holding an item. We get 10% damage, which buffs this lightning strike, and we get another 15 on top because we were holding an item. Skill chaining. So let's put that in instead of Plague Touch. And now the Necro combo is also awesome. Death Nova. For 30 seconds, if our target ally dies, all adjacent foes, it explodes and they take damage, okay? So this is like a really boring, lazy trait in Guild Wars 2 that does loads of other stuff at the same time. Death Nova for Guild Wars 1. This is one of the most OP, awesome, iconic aspects of minion mancing in the game. Death Nova is awesome. So this is death magic, just like we want, okay? So, the idea is we summon a minion, we enchant the minion with the Nova. When the minion dies, it explodes and poisons too. And on top of that, as well, you guys never saw, but it also gave us another death skill. Animate Bone Fiend, we've already seen. And now here's going to be some of our bread and butter. Animate Bone Minions. This is a cheaper spell. It's only 15 energy. We exploit one corpse to create 2 minions. And they'll be level 3 because we've been pumping death magic up. The Fiend we would summon at level 5. But the minions are slightly lower level, but we get 2 out of a single body. This is going to be great. So I'm looking forward to this. Let's get rid of Painful Bond here. Because we don't have any spirits. So we're going to do minions and Death Nova. And we're going to do Cruel's Dal Shen into Channeled Strike. With the heal skill over here. And just these as bonuses if we need them. Yeah? This is going to be good. Let's go to the dojo. What do they want us to do? Kill someone? Now is not the time to talk. Please concentrate on your studies. Now, I'm wondering, can we Death Nova our spirits? I've never tried that. I've never thought of that. It says if target ally dies. So, from the terminology, I believe we should be able to Death Nova our spirits. I've never really thought of that, but there you go. Okay, welcome to the chaining course. This will be a difficult challenge, but it will help you prepare for nearly anything you might encounter. Panaku and I will fight you together. All we require is you do your best. Alright, and win, obviously. Ready, begin, he says. So, let's charge over here. Let's summon double minions. And here you can see on our UI, we've got 2 already. Now I'm going to exploit this corpse for 2 more minions. And the minions will start attacking. And now, as they start to die, I'm going to Death Nova. But we have to get the Death Nova right. That will only last for 30 seconds. So hopefully that works. In the meantime, I will summon Cruel's Dal Shen. There you go. That one died first. It won't explode. But this one, boom. See how it exploded in Sunjin's face? And see that all that poison? It's excellent. Okay. Now what I want to do is Channeled Strike him. Okay, good. We got him. We got him. We got him. And over here, if we Death Nova and Channeled Strike. Oh my god, that was a huge hit. Did you see the Channeled Strike, Cruel's Dal Shen, Death Nova explosion? And I could have dropped the ashes for a final spike at the end of that. And I could have precast a Spirit Rift to blow up at the same time too. That is one hell of a spike. Beautiful. You fight well for a novice. This challenge will prove your merit, but you will face more difficult ones when you leave the confines of the monastery. Yeah, it's going to be good, guys. We will be challenged by factions. We really will. All this stuff will come together. Oh, spirits can't be enchanted. Okay, so you can't Death Nova a spirit. There you go. Yeah, it seemed weird to me because spirits and minions are a facet of good hero builds, but I never really thought of Death Nova on them, so it must have been that was a mechanic, and I've now forgotten the specifics of that. WP, I was also streaming Guild Wars 1, but the Prophecies campaign. It seems a lot of people are watching you, so I changed my hosting to yours. Thank you, Mr. Deeply. What does that mean? You give me your viewers? That's very lovely of you. I will look in the Guild Wars 1 section when I'm done today, and I'll keep the ball rolling. People like Guild Wars 1. Enemy spirits can't be hexed either, I see. So there's lots of differences between minions and spirits. Minions can be enchanted and hexed and buffed in various ways. Right, you are progressing quite well. You now have completed the skill chaining course. It's perhaps the most important class we offer. This knowledge will serve you well as you adventure in Comes Beyond. And remember, there are hundreds, thousands of skills across the whole game. So those combos, that's the beauty of the game. Disenchantment. McPoop butt. It's time to learn the art of disenchantment and enchantment. Knowing when you or your ally or your foe is under an enchantment can be invaluable. Brother P1 will assist you with this exercise. You will do battle with him, removing his enchantments to increase your effectiveness. By accepting this quest... Yeah, you'll abandon all the others. Okay, so what have you unlocked for me now, ArenaNet? They have given me Strip Enchantment, a necromancer skill. It's blood magic. You remove enchantments, and if they get removed, you steal health. But we have to invest in blood to get value out of that. As you can see, it says remove 0 enchantments right now. It won't do anything unless we get blood magic. Which, in the early days, the devs used to avoid for balance, but then they started embracing later. So... And the reason this will be scaled like this, just a little insight, it's so that people don't, in PvP, have a really efficient... attribute efficient build that is purely about assassin stuff, no reliance on a secondary at all, and then they just pick Necro because Strip Enchantment exists and it's like awesome. So they ask you to invest sometimes. There were these little aberrations, or use no attribute variants of the skills that don't get the extra perks. The extra perk on this one being that you get health steal off of it as well. So they gave me that. What else did they give me? Is that it? Is that all you're giving me, ArenaNet? But I'm part Necro. I guess that's it. Yeah, minions are made out of flesh, spirits are not. I mean, thematically it works too. They were always very good at that as well. Tying the thematics of the thing with the mechanics of the thing. Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? That's our only enchantment rip. Aura of the Lich is better, but Flesh Garment is more fun. They're both fun in different ways. They're both really awesome different versions of Minion Mancy, and hopefully we'll show it off as these streams go along. Okay, I'm going to go Blood Magic then, because I kind of have to, I'm afraid, guys. I'm going to drop 1 point in each of these, and we're very hybrid now. And you see we're not even that stat efficient, so I'll put Spawning Power up or something, I guess. But yeah, so with 3 in Blood Magic, it's still at 0. There you go. Remove 1 enchantment. Death is pretty low now. Let me take those off. Let me drop Channeling by 1, by 2. Oh, this is just messy. This is nasty right now. Alright, that's efficient enough. Let's see if we can do it with 1 rip. I'm glad you think it's nice to see me streaming Guild Wars 1. That's very cool of you. Let's precast here. Now's not the time to talk. Please concentrate. P1 will now enchant himself. I need you to remove the enchantment. Okay. Should we just keep spamming more minions up? He's doing a lot of damage. I don't see any enchantments on him. Ah, he killed the minion right before I could Death Nova it. He does big damage. Just by the way, his autos are really hitting hard. Let's summon. And cast that. Channeled Strike. Life Sheath. He's casting it, but on what? Remove conditions from target ally. The next time that ally would take damage or life steal, the ally gains that health instead. What? He's going to kill me now. I'm too close. We can only exploit 2 as well, right? How am I supposed to break through Life Sheath? Oh, yeah, his autos probably do holy damage. You're damn right. Alright, well, we failed this one. I'm not going to be able to get through this. Save our life by just leaving because of the death counter. I should still be on 0 deaths. Let's see. Yeah, I've still died 0 times. We're still on our way to Survivor. Can I kill NPCs to gain corpses? Yeah, but only if they go vulnerable and I can actually get the kill. How am I supposed to beat this without... It seems his Divine Favor stat is just ultra high, so he heals just massively. No, but you can't... He heals when he casts, and the enchantment itself is really short duration. Maybe balance may change this skill, and now it has an upfront heal when it never used to. Okay, we got to be quick as well because of our degeneration. Okay, go. Who's he attacking? This one. We got to get this Death Nova. I'm going too slow. We need to Death Nova every time. All of our Death Novas need to land if we're going to get this. Channeled Strike. Spirit Rift. And drop. Yeah, like Life Sheath is different now. The next time an ally would take damage, that ally gain. So it's like a Reversal of Fortune. It's Elite Reversal of Fortune. I can't do anything about that. We're going to have to spike blow him up and hope it works. I'm going to precast a ton of stuff and see if we can do this. I'm going to get 4 minions. I'm going to pre-Death Nova them. I'm going to get the item and then I'm going to trigger it and Spirit Rift straight away. And we'll just try and spike him down. Oh, you did it as a Necro Writ with Shadow Song. That's a great idea, yeah. Alright, if our plan doesn't work, we'll use that plan that's just there in chat. That's an awesome idea as well, yeah. Okay. Look at the puzzles that are available, guys. Summon. Disenchantment course. Summon again. Pick up an item. Death Nova 1. I'm out of magic. Energy. Alright, let's go. Begin. I'm going to stand in melee here as well. Oh, I'm fucking it up so badly. 1 Shadow Song would be brilliant because it will keep... This is a 10 spell to cast. Alright, the spike won't work. I don't have the energy for it. Okay, let's try this. Let's do the Shadow Song idea. I'm going to break your build, guys, I'm afraid. Most of the streams won't be like this because what we'll have is... and we're going to get rid of that. We don't need Enchantment Rip at all. This is busted, basically. Channeling I'll get rid of as well. Communing. And a bit of Spawning Power with Death. This should be fine. So what we're going to do is Shadow Song. We'll bring Pain back as well. We'll get rid of all of our lightning attacks because they're just not necessary. Well, none of that's really necessary anyway right now. We could probably do... Hold on. Communing. Can we give a brutal weapon to a minion? We can't give a brutal weapon to a spirit, but can we give a brutal weapon to a minion? We probably can, right? So he's going to be blind, so he can't kill our minions. So we can Death Nova in peace, and we can brutal weapon as well, so that our guys just do lots of damage. We'll have 2 spirits constantly hitting him. We have spawning power to increase the length of the weapon's duration. This should be fine. You do get a ghost that interrupts later, but we don't have that unlocked right now. And it's a quarter of a second cast time, his enchantment. So that would be unreliable anyway. So I'm going to precast this. Then I'm going to mid-cast this. I'm going to go. Disenchantment course, go. And now we'll summon more. There you go. So now our minions aren't dying. We're also much more stat efficient. All of our stuff's much higher level. So we can figure out which one's going to die first. This one. And Death Nova it. Oh, he's changed target, so we'll Death Nova this. So Brother P1's getting pressured pretty hard here. Once the poison comes in from some of these Death Novas, I'll Death Nova here as well. There you go, he's dead. Oh, we had so much more pressure to offer there as well. He's already dead. Perfect. Now's not the time to talk. Please concentrate on your studies. Good work. Now you know what an enchantment looks like. Terrible. Bad job there, Guild Wars 1. Oh well. And so I remember someone in chat said good luck with the enchantment one, so... Yeah, Painful Bond would have been good, but we weren't spec for it, and I knew it wasn't really needed. Plus, it's quite energy costly, and I knew that I had a lot of front-loaded energy stuff to do, so... Well done, young apprentice. You have passed the disenchantment course. And the final course, the Art of Disruption. That is the art of interrupting your foe's spellcasting. If you can prevent your foe from casting powerful spells on you and your allies, you can have a much greater chance at victory in battle. Are you ready to enter the dojo and complete this course? So, the game has given us... Probably the spirit we were talking about a second ago. Oh, no. Wanderlust is the elite. This is Dissonance. Create a spirit that is quite low level, but anyone struck by it is interrupted. Then the spirit dies very quickly. So this spirit will not last long. It costs a heap of energy, and it's got a massive cooldown. So basically, while it's up, interrupts galore, but once it's dead, you're kind of screwed. Now we have 3 spirits that can attack. We've got Pain, just basic attacks, but high damage, or frequent damage, high quality of life. Shadow Song, Blinding, and Dissonance, Interrupting. Now that we've got 3, we can like rotate Shadow Song and Dissonance. We've just got minions everywhere now. It would also probably be worth bringing Painful Bond back in, even though we don't have any investment in it, just in case we have spare energy at the end. I have a feeling we will just nuke this NPC here. So check it out. Talon Silverwing is teaching us here. There's honestly a lot of lore about the different instructors, who they are, what they do, which we're missing from these streams. And I really recommend you guys either play the game really exhaustively or check out my old series, because honestly, there's a lot of cool stuff. So there's precast Pain. Alright, human, it's time for me to train you. You'll hit him in combat. Yes, that's very good. Alright, begin. So... let's get the interrupts up. And the idea is, can you see he just meteored us? An elementalist. The idea is I'm meant to interrupt his casts because he's an Ellie and he has big slow casts. The truth is we're going to blow him up super quickly, so it doesn't matter and you don't really get to see the challenge, but yeah. Alright, we're very high pressure now, guys. Look at our minion window. This is kind of cool. You have performed better than I expected. You may return to instructor for your reward. And there you go. That's the last one. And I'll go back to your build now that chat wanted, which was very close to that. Communing and Death. So, but it was with the Communing at the higher rate, right? That one there. We're about to get some more attribute points as well. Oof, no we're not, because we didn't level up. Okay, let's drop those down. Now you'll notice that what the game's done is it will only expand the skill categories that you put attribute points in. Oh, it used to. I guess not anymore. I swear that used to be a thing. So Death, we've got Bone Fiend, Bone Minions, Death Nova, a self-heal, and then on communing, we've got the brutal weapon for our minions. We've got pain. Oh no, it wasn't communing, it was channeling. Sorry. I thought that was weird. It was channeling, it was lightning stuff. This doesn't trigger on minions, by the way. It's only spirits, in case people were wondering. So we can hold the Ashes of Daoshan, Channeled Strike, and Spirit Rift. There you go. There you go. Quinn, we have done everything you have asked. And she says, congratulations, you have earned your Ritualist insignia. You're now an expert Ritualist. May the gods guide and protect you. I love this idea. Imagine if the insignia thing would, like, went on the entire campaign, the entire way through the game, and getting your insignia was like a big end game moment, and players would try and get the insignias for all the professions in the end. I felt a great disturbance along the spirit threads, just like they did in Star Wars. The spirits tell me that someone has allowed a demon to cross into the material... Okay, not like Star Wars. Cross into the material realm. The locus of the trouble seems to be in the vicinity of Kaitan village on the Panyang Peninsula. Please investigate, and if you can, destroy the unbound spirits. I will do as you say. Power Surge. Okay, we did get the level, so we can equalize on death now. Hold on, guys. I'm getting a phone call. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Sorry. Okay, so, yeah, Sumai Village. If you guys want to party up, let's do this. Send an invite to me if you want to play. Well, I'm level 7 now. Jesus. Level 7. We've gone from 3 to 7 today. Answer the call with a Canton accent. Hell no. Yeah, the necro dance is like metal dance. It's ridiculous. I love how you pronounce the city names completely different to 15-year-old me. What did you call this? Sumai? I don't know, man. I don't pronounce it. So this guy is level 6, so we'll get him. And then what I do is I kick him and re-invite. And then I can accept Utah, who's back, and Tortuga Janisa, who is also a Necro Ritualist level 7. It's good to see you there. Look at that. He's the reverse of us, basically. We're Ritualist heavy. He's Necro heavy. Okay. Let's travel on, guys. We can do cool stuff later where, like, we have multiple Ritualists in the team if everybody's going to be playing together. And, like, I can have all of the Restoration Spirits while someone else has all of the Channeling ones, while someone else has all of the Communing ones. And together we have, like, and you know, I have one. Remember, when it comes to elite skills, you can have only one elite on your bar. So, if you want to use every spirit, you need multiple Ritualists. One Ritualist has one of the elites, another Ritualist has a different elite, another one has a different one, you see? And we can, like, stack them like that, just for, like, theming and flavor. Be kind of cool. Right, anyway, we're going south. Rangers with expertise make an amazing Ritualist. That's true as well, because they can reduce the cost of their spirits. Was that secondary quest or primary for the insignia? It's actually secondary, but invaluable for new players and new accounts. Like I said when we started it, a lot of people miss it. It's not primary. It's not Golden Path. A lot of people miss it. They don't realize that the quest unlocks because they're not reading quest text. They just speak to Togo and it throws them on further ahead, and they end up doing the next stuff at level 5 with less skills than they'd otherwise have, and blah, blah, blah. Isn't that Tsunami Village? That's how I would have said it. Yeah, I mean, Tsunami, I mean, they might be digging at something there. Hello, Jakatumo.
Headmaster Quinn is going to be so angry with me. Perhaps it's not too late to change professions.
Gods have mercy on me. Headmaster Quinn is going to make me turn into an urn. I just know it. I was trying an advanced spirit binding ritual. I know I should not have attempted it. I have the skill, but I felt an intense surge along the spirit threads unlike anything I've ever felt before, and I think it had little to do with my poor skill. It was a powerful spirit, and its presence was enough to bring the spirit I was binding into the material realm where it's been running amok ever since. Alright, let's kill this spirit. Let's deal with this disturbance in the force. Okay, so we're going to be starting off... I mean, Death Nova's a waste of time. I guess we start off by using our channeling abilities to blow people up with lightning damage to create... Oh, violet pink dye! Hey, Sean, if Sean ever ends up watching this, it's pink dye, man. Whoa! Pretty exciting. And then we can summon our minions afterwards. The only problem is this bastard, this other necromancer, is already doing it. He's stealing our corpses. The shame! But we can get a couple of our own. Because we have no spirits on this setup, because you guys didn't pick any spirits. There we go. Yeah. What's even better, look, you see how his skill just failed? It's because I stole the corpse from him before he could cast it. Oh, there's the unbound spirit. Let's go. Channeled strike. Oh, what? That was too squishy. Come on, man. What? Look at this army we've just summoned. Between the lot of us, that's a lot of minions. All right, fine. We'll go back. Resign. Actually, yeah, resign, because these are new players, so I don't want to kick them out of the party after killing one mob. Oh, yeah, look, somebody, he's playing the flute. Oh, the old emotes. Hey, at least in Guild Wars 2 that you really can play the flute. 10 out of 10. Don't let my nostalgia get in the way. The sequel's way better for that. Yeah, oh, another mechanic of minions you guys don't see, and Guild Wars 2 certainly doesn't do, is if the owner of the minions dies, all of the minions that they had becomes neutral forces that will attack both ally and enemy. So there's kind of a count. The devs knew that minions were a snowballing mechanic in the original game, and they added that extra facet to it where their allegiance will swap. Guild Wars 2 didn't do anything. They just spoiled all the flavor out of so much. This is why Necromancer feels so much more profound and important and interesting, because there's just more to think about and actually going on, you know, in that game. Oh shit, I fucked up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. We need to accept the quest reward back here. I'm sorry. Yeah. By the way, it's not fair to say Guild Wars 2 is more simplistic. It's way more complicated in the way that its traits and interactions work, and the way that you know, just movement and combat feels with everything on the fly. Guild Wars 2 is way more... If you're a good PvPer in Guild Wars 2, you have way bigger brains than Guild Wars 1 PvPers. Come at me. Seriously, I'll say that a million times. The people who are better at Guild Wars 2 PvP are infinitely smarter individuals and know way much more and have such a steeper learning curve. Guild Wars 2 is way more complicated to its detriment and way more layered. But Guild Wars 1 was more distinct in where it produced its complexity. And that's why I think that Guild Wars 1 stands out in a lot of ways. Guild Wars 1 has its layers in like various types of damage and damage resistances and ranges and stuff like what I just explained here with minions and things. Guild Wars 2 boiled all of that away. Guild Wars 2 is just like a mountain of just grey haze to wade through, while Guild Wars 1 was very distinct different facets and probably more fun to learn, Guild Wars 1. Anyway, Kainakai! That's Ancient Canthan, by the way, a language that the Empire Divided talks a bit about, and you'll see frequently throughout the story. I must speak with Master Togo right away. This can only mean one thing. In my haste, I almost forgot to remind you. Now that you've completed your advanced training, Master Togo will wish to speak with you again. I mean, we could have skipped it anyway, but yeah. So we're almost level 8. Up we go. Sorry to anyone in my party who wanted to do their advanced insignia and they haven't got time for it now. We're moving on, bitches. Yeah, but what really matters is not complexity and mechanic. What matters are skill icons. Rate my current skill icons. Okay. So, my favorite icon... probably Channeled Strike. I think Channeled Strike is good. It's good representation of what it's supposed to be. There's energy there. It feels cool. My least favorite is this. Cruel was Dao Shen. Is that just supposed to be a cruel looking person? It looks stupid. It should be an urn of some kind. All of these item spells should have represented the item themselves, like signets, and they should have had different patterns. That would have been way cooler. This is just stupid to me. That's kind of close. Spirit Rift's pretty good. I think that made it into one of the videos. Right now, I think it looks alright, but a bit abstract. I think Death Nova looks alright. These look too grainy and weird, but they're alright-ish. That looks like a 6-year-old made it, but is nonetheless okay. Panic has a top-tier icon. Does it, Aludus? Panic? Panic has a good icon? Why don't you show that off in chat? I have Panic, don't I? Didn't I make that an emote? Encourage some people to give cheeky little Amazon Primes. Oh, I did get a host earlier. One viewer. Thank you very much, Mr. Deeply. The icon critic strikes again. Hey, I was asked. Alright, now that you have chosen the secondary profession, I have a rare honor to bestow upon you. Every year, I bring my most promising students to the minister for a formal introduction. This year, I have selected you, along with Yijo here, for this honor. If you accept my invitation, meet me at Sunqua Vale, just outside the monastery gates, and we shall proceed to Minister Cho's estate. Of course I accept. Here we go, guys. So far, all you have seen are quests. Well, we are about to get into the campaign properly, and when I say campaign, I mean missions. So the way that Guild Wars 1 is structured is quests lead you to actual challenging cooperative missions that if you fuck up, you can fail. Guess what? Failure is a real thing in this game. The first one for factions, and so in factions, you're given extra rewards the faster you get through them. And the first one will be Minister Cho's estate. They come complete with cutscenes, and that is where the true story is told. I wish Guild Wars 2 had kept its primary quest campaign set up. It would have been so good. But here we go. You're going to hear the... Now listen. Right at the start of this stream, I said something. I said that Factions has the best world building. And I stand by that. It really does. It's awesome. But the actual story itself is very low quality and poorly told. And you're about to learn why in these cutscenes. So, I mean, it's pretty heavy meme material. I hope we have fun with it. Let us walk in peace, shall we? It is such a lovely day, says Master Togo. Crap, somebody else triggered it, so I don't know... Come on, Togo. A formal introduction. Come on, trigger, my friend. Come on. There you go. Let us proceed to the estate. The minister is waiting. He's level 20. So we really can look up to him as a ritualist. He's a big boy. Here is a statue, but I don't think that we have Faith of the Gods right now, so we can't pray it or anything. Looks like that statue's collapsed. This feels so... I like this a lot with the new options. It feels so open and wide and breadth. Ah. Oh, this is the right pace, man. This is it. This is the pace. It's not nostalgia. It's really not. I like RPGs at this speed of exploration. Do you know the Oh Master Togo remix from the upcoming thing? No, I don't actually. Yeah, that guy got the first corpse, so I'll get this one. There you go. Boom. Did we interrupt him again? We did. Oh no, he got another one. There's mantids for all of us. So if you have enough necros, you can have swarms of minions. There are some mechanics for necromancers late game, or at least one, it's an elite skill, that lets you bypass needing corpses at all, but it's very restrained and careful about the way it works. That's Aura the Lich, you heard it mentioned by someone in chat earlier. So I kind of like the idea. I wonder what content in Guild Wars can support full parties of necros, all with like 12 minions, max minions. Level 21 death magic. So the number of minions you can control at max is dictated by how deep you go into death magic. Every 2 ranks of death magic increases your cap by 1. So you can go all the way up to level 21 in this game. 20 is the soft cap. 21 is the hard cap that you can only break with weapon modifiers that trigger on a 20% chance. So the maximum minions everyone can have, I think, is 12 or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But I wonder what content could support a full party of 8 players with that many minions. I'd love to see it. Vizina Square? Well, then you could have 16 party members, couldn't you? And there are a lot of mobs there. There are a lot of bodies. Yeah, there wasn't a cap for a long time, but they did add one in the end. But they're very smart about caps in Guild Wars 2. There's the Guild Wars 1. They're all soft and they're all manipulatable, and that's what breathes so much life into them. The Master honors us above all others by permitting us to meet Minister Cho. Are you not excited? I am as well. Just remember to bow. So yeah, Yijo Tan is coming with us, by the way. I'm not being very good with the story here, but yeah, the teacher's pet is coming too. He's a higher level writ than us. Boo-hoo. He's better than us, as always. We're level 7. He's level 10. And so yeah, anyway, that's what he says. And here is Minister Cho's estate. It's that beautiful building we were looking at from far away with the new graphics options right when we started. Guardsman Zui? Hello? What is it? The minister's very busy and does not see anyone without an appointment. It seems you are the new bunch of students Master Togo has been training. Most promising indeed. No doubt my son will be trained at the monastery when he comes of age. I will need to speak with Master Togo before I can let you in. I'm honored to be here. When you're ready, we can make our way into the estate. The minister will be most impressed. I love you guys emoting, by the way. That's awesome. Let's go. We are trained by the best. So, how does this casual little story about us being a student at a monastery turn into some ridiculous thing about a plague? Well, it begins.
Master Togo, I did not know you were here. The minister has been waiting for you. Please, you are welcome here. What is going on?
It is madness! Guards have turned on each other! Something has gone terribly wrong! It is madness, I tell you! Madness!
Come. The minister needs our help. You must stay here. Do not let anyone else in or out of this gate until we know what is going on. Whatever it is that threatens this estate must not be allowed to threaten the entire monastery.
Master Togo, my son, he is in there.
I will look for him.
Please, Master Togo, bring him back alive.
Well, there you have it. Yeah, the Stick of Death. Now, I believe if we get to Winds of Change, you do get an opportunity to get that weapon as a skin. It's like famous in Guild Wars. And that stick you can use as a sword skin eventually, like really late on. But yeah, so it is madness. It is madness, everybody, inside. I am at a complete loss as to what is happening. It appears that the guards on staff just suddenly went mad. They are either frightening each other or frightening the animals that have been afflicted. The few who manage to keep their wits say they saw a dark form appear and disappear, but none could give me more information than that. We desperately need Togo's help in this situation. It really is a shame your students have to be involved in this madness. Madness! Oh yeah, baby. We get skill point. We've got quite a few now. 8 skill points. And, oh my god, that's so good. Look how far down there we can look now. You can see the whole mission ahead. Oh, it's beautiful. God, it feels so big and rich and open. So, there you go. That is, as you can see, the Minister Chose Estate mission, which begins. There is an outpost description. We'll probably read that, yeah, wait for it, on the next stream, because I'm not going to be doing the mission today. We're already well over the normal stream length, unfortunately, guys. However, just before we do end, I do want to go look at some of the vendors. And in particular, if there's a skill vendor here. So here, check it out, Zhao D. Now that we've done the insignia quest and the basic stuff, we know what the game gives us for free. So we can see what she sells on top of what we got for free. So Blood Bond is a necro thing. Lifebane Strike. Check it out, Channeling Magic. What did you guys vote on, sorry? Death and Channeling. So let's just buy those. So Channeling, Blood Song. Here we go, a Channeling Spirit. Level 5 Spirit that does 12 damage and attack, but it's lifesteal. This guy steals life each attack. So Pain just hits. This guy heals himself as he hits. And also, because it's lifesteal, it bypasses various defense mechanics, which is kind of a small thing. There's also Spirit Boon Strike. Target is struck for 35 light damage and Spirit's control within 35 health gain. So this, we hit someone and heal all of our stuff. This is awesome, right? This is exactly the way that games should do it. Unlock a lot of skills through questing and free things, but allow them to be bought early, and also incentivize visiting the vendor anyway by offering some things exclusively at the vendor, right? That's what Guild Wars 1's done. It's got me to do all the quests, get my skills like that, and even visit the vendor on top and learn how skill points work. So each time I buy a thing, it costs a bit of gold and a skill point, and the gold continues to increase as we go. So that was that. And then Death, she sells Blood and the Master. Really? This is an optional thing? All of your undead allies are healed, but you have to sacrifice your health to do it. You sacrifice more health for every minion you have. So this is how we can keep our minions alive. Not spirits, minions. You know how they're constantly losing blood and flesh and dying as we go? Well, we can heal them up by doing damage to ourselves, and honestly, a lot of damage. I can't wait to show that off on a stream, guys. That's going to be really fun. And then Putrid Explosion. Spell. The nearest corpse near us just straight up explodes, sending out a shockwave that does damage. So this is just a massive hit, but it means you can't make a minion out of the body because you blow the body up instead. So again, that's playing with corpse exploitation as a mechanic and a fun element of minionmancy you don't get at all in Guild Wars 2. So Putrid Explosion, the other ones we already had. That's awesome. So yeah, we'll look at those, and in upcoming streams as we spec into more things, we'll get more things. Was Spirit Summon Kurzik or Sunspear? It's Kurzik and Luxon. We will get it. The Sunspear skill is Vampirism, I think, which is, again, just like an overpowered pain. It's a bit like Bloodsong, but better, basically. And the better a Sunspear you become, the better it becomes. We might go there. We might become a Sunspear just to get that skill if we really want it. But I'm pretty sure it was Vampirism. Anyway, so there you go, guys. And whether we're Kurzik or Luxon will be discussions for later. There you go, guys. I'm going to have to get going now, I'm afraid. But it's been another cool stream. It's been good to see you guys come along for another one. And hopefully we'll continue along. I will be back over the weekend, so keep an eye out. Also keep an eye out on the channel, because videos will be going up there very, very soon. I'm going to resume and upload right as soon as I'm done. And I'll throw a host over onto another Guild Wars 1 streamer right now. Somebody playing GW1 right now, I'm going to host. Here you go. It's a guy doing a Let's Play. So we'll do that. Thanks very much for watching, guys. And I'll see you next time.